Okay, hi everyone. Let's get started on your love reading. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Thank you for being here. Okay. So, pile one. Let's see what's going on in love for you. The first card is the typical owl, true owl card, and it says the gangster versus the businessman. Any difference? Second card is even the most dangerous tiger has a soft spot for his tigers. Third card is this person has revoked their player card. Why? Little birdie told them you're single now. And fourth card, sorry. Fourth card is rally and support this, no matter the skin color. Okay, so let me see this first. I'm gonna look at the pictures. So you have two decision makers, gangster versus a businessman. Any difference? And two. Okay, so typical owl, you have Shiva, you have two decision makers. Okay, so you know when my decision maker card comes out, it's like high profile people that have an eye on you. So there was one who is, maybe they were used to having like a plethora of options, plethora of, men, women, both take out resumes, Renesmee is, Renesmee is significant. So there's something about the movie, the Jacob and Edward movie. But Renesmee, right? Like the daughter, right? So you remember how Jacob imprinted, and Jacob was a werewolf, but you know how Jacob imprinted on Renesmee? Like he couldn't help it. So I'm seeing this like, Paul, when somebody there's a decision maker that has imprinted on you. Like, so they're looking at you and it's just like they're fixated on you, And so this person has, where they had a whole bunch of options, they're just like, oh, such and such is single? Really? But something is like somebody has like a fixated, I want to say it from what I'm hearing in my mind. Somebody has a fixated fascination on you, or when it comes to you. Okay. And then you have rally and support no matter the skin color. So you have another decision maker. This person is married, right? But they want to invest. Somebody wants to invest in you. Okay, let's see. Gangster versus the businessman. So, and I can also see this like pile one, wherever you are, you have some very dangerous, high profile people that like you. Some of them like you for your work, and others are just like, they really like you like outside of like business aspect, right? So I could see this from a sense of, and whoever, one of the decision makers, when they think of you, they get very tongue-tied. This is like a tongue twister, right? Because somebody has like a thing, and I'm not getting it from a sense of like speech impediment, as is like, it's just you. It's something about you, Pawan. Like when it comes to you, this person gets all twisted up, right? And it makes me think about, you got me twisted over you. Keith Sweat is significant. Maybe this person likes Keith Sweat, or they have like a smoothness of Keith Sweat, or somebody's name could literally be Keith, okay? So let's start from the beginning. Whoa. That I'm not picking that up. So gangster versus the businessman, any difference? And also, I want to say somebody could be into building houses, they have, like, I'm seeing a contractor, and I'm seeing an architect, and it's making me think about the time that I had a friend who I went to school with. We met in design and color. Okay, so I gotta tell you that something is fated to happen, right? So we met in a design and color course in college. Now, when both of us graduated, we found out that like the course that he had to take that was mandatory when we took the course together, when he graduated, he found out that it wasn't mandatory, or for his major, it was not going to be mandatory anymore, right? And so it was like a fated meeting. Okay, so boom. I'm telling you this because I feel like somebody is trying to cock block you, right? But not in a sense like you don't have like better, so that you don't have better options, but this person wants you to see them as the best option. And I say that because I remember it was my junior year of college, and we had a course around the same time. So what we would do is we would meet up. Like I had photography at the time, and he had one of his like courses in architecture on the same floor, like on the same level. So we would meet up after, and we would just like walk. We'd either walk like to the promenade, or we walk around downtown, we just catch up, stuff like that. So I remember he told me to meet him like in front of his classroom. So I was like, okay, no problem. So I met him. There was a guy that came out of his class, and I was like, who is that, right? And he was just like, oh yeah, he's he's super cool. He didn't tell me his name or anything, right? But I was just like, could you put in a word for me? And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll put in a word for you. Next week came, oh, I forgot to put in a word, right? Week after that came, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell him I forgot to put in a word. So it came close to the end of the semester, and I was like, you have to tell this guy, tell this guy that I like him. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna tell him, right? And then when it came to the point in time where I was just like, okay, I was waiting for a response after we got out of class, he was like, yeah, I never told him, but you're single, I'm single, would you like to go out with me? So that's what I mean when I say somebody is trying to cock block you, because they want to be your option. Okay, so you can't possibly tell me you love this person. That's the card that came out. And one more. Your love and healing abilities is not a game to this person. They want you off the market and in their arms. I'm telling you, guys, look at this. Okay, hold on. Somebody knows. I'm sorry for them, but somebody knows you're single and they want you. Okay, so we have 3 people now, because whoever this is, this typical owl, true owl person is, they could be a part of a certain society or something, but they're trying to block you because they want you to see them as, there's something about one and only. Don't have eyes for that person. Because it was the energy of don't have eyes for that person. You're looking at that person, but you're single, I'm single, I'm standing right in front of you. So somebody wants you to know that they're still, the person that wants to be with you wants you to know that they're standing right in front of you, but you're not looking at them like that. You're just seeing them as, oh, but you're my friend, So, you can't possibly tell me you like this person. So you can't possibly tell me you like this person is a decision maker card. Another decision maker card again. All right, so, and I had to set this up like a triangle. Now, check this out, okay? There's somebody who likes you. They're trying to make sure you see them as your only option. Then you have another person who is associated with this person, and they're just like, oh, you can't possibly tell me you want to be with this person, right? So there's a bit of a triangle here, but not so much as in a third party in regards to somebody's entertaining someone else, but this could be like a friend, an associate, It's like you want somebody to put in a good word for you, or this person is expecting whoever this is to put in a good word for them, but they're never telling them. So the information, okay, so I can see it like that. The information is not getting back to them, right? So, in the case scenario, in the instance where I told my friend, oh, tell him, put in a good word for me. He's like, oh yeah, I'll tell him. But it's like that, but somebody is not telling the person that you're actually attracted to, that you want to be with. Okay, so, well, what is going on here? Because this person wants you off the market. This person does not want you dating. It's even to the point this person doesn't want you dating at all. Any difference. And they're doing this strategically. Okay? This is definitely, a lot of this stuff that's going on, unbeknownst to you, is behind the scenes, Paula. Okay? You don't know this is happening. You don't know you're being cock blocked. You have decision makers cock blocking other decision makers because they want to be with you. You don't know that's happening. Okay, so it says purchase stress-free teas and their EFTs for a huge profit. But that's in reverse. Purchase stress-free teas in reverse. And then it's healing abilities. You know what this looks like, Pawan? Somebody wants you off the market in their arms. I can also see this too, as there's somebody who's playing investor in your life. So somebody, just off of what I'm seeing, there's somebody here in the background that is trying to, it feels like deplete, okay? Somebody wants to deplete you of your finances so that when they walk in, they look like the hero, right? I think when you get word like, who's doing this? Because I think when you get word of this person doing this and what they did to make you like come towards them, you're gonna look at them like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, yeah. So this is a musician, whoever this is. So you control my tempo. You can run the show Musician in Love. This is a musician that is like head over heels in love with you. But what they're doing is like they're trying to get you to the point. It's like, this is so weird. This went real left real quick. But they're trying to get you to the point where you don't have anything, right? Or anyone or any form of income or person to turn to. So this way they can be like, oh, hey, well, how are you? You know? Now, here's where it gets weird because you have healed this person, right? You've healed them. You've taken the time to like just get them out of something mentally. But they're just like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till everything's like, and then I come in and I look like the man or I look like the woman. But it's just like, I feel like if this person does this exactly how they're planning, it's going to blow up in their face and not in a good way. Like, I don't see a positive outcome from this. So maybe whoever this typical owl, true owl is, they don't want to invest because they have a plan, right? But now the plan is backfiring. So it's zooming in on like this person is stressed out, right? This person is super stressed because you know something, or this person feels like you know something you're not supposed to. Yeah, you end up controlling the situation by knowing what happens, right? So you see how like like for my friend, I was just like, yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah, sure, I'll tell him, right? And then it's just like, well, no, I never told him, but you know, I'm single. Like, where something like that is like cute in college, it's not cute in real life. It's just like, my friend did not go out of his way to make sure I was broke and desolate and then come in on some, hey, you want to be, you know, like whatever this is, it's not cute. Okay, so yeah, this person has a really good heart and will treat you with kindness. All right, so this makes so much sense. So the gangster versus the businessman, any difference, okay? So this person knows, whoever this person is, right? They know that you have healing capabilities. They know that you have the power to make them huge profits. This is somebody who's probably come to you in regards to advice on what to do next, in regards to business, in regards to career. And this person, all the time they were doing this, they were not a nice person. So it's like they were hanging on to your advice, but at the same time, they were trying to like mess you up completely, right? It's definitely giving me, this could be somebody that's used to stealing intellectual property. Like they're used to like, you putting something out and then taking it for themselves, and then they make the profit off of it. But they put you in a position to where if they could, they'll keep you broke, or they'll keep you stuck, or they'll keep you stagnant, right? And the fact that I'm bringing up like an architect, it's like this is somebody who like they have mastered or perfected the blueprint of this. First you take away this, then you build that, then you take away this, then you build that, and then you build them up, and then you break them down, and then that's when I come in and I look like I'm the man. But this person's figured out. Okay, so if I were you, I would stay away from this person and the people they hired, because I definitely see like a team of people here. Yeah, because this person has like this person profits off of you, right? But they have a really huge obsession with control. So when they feel like they don't have control, and it's like they don't have the reins on whatever music they're trying to create or whatever beat they're trying to create, they try to do everything in their power to take away your sense of stability and security, really. So this person they want your healing abilities to turn into something that makes you feel insecure, all while they are profiting off of it. What's the karma for this person? So I feel like judgment has to be called. Yeah. So the card that came out, what are the odds of that? The card that came out was my Ma'at card, and it's King Jin dismantled, Queen Jin handled, return to the realms. Okay, so this was a couple doing this, or a couple of people doing this, or couples of couples, right? Like something. So it's like, I'll see it like this. It's like a formation, right? So you have the king and the queen at the top, And then they sent other couples. Like they sent a couple of rooks, a couple of knights, a couple of bishops, a couple of pawns. It's like they did something in pairs, right? And they kept doing that. And so they got, their end result is something is getting dismantled, right? It's like a pyramid it's like a whole pyramid scheme just coming down. Yeah. I mean, what did you think was going to happen? They thought you were going to just be, okay. So, what? Somebody thought you were just going to be down and out. Look, I'm going to tell you exactly what this couple wanted, okay? This couple wanted you to have no finances coming in, okay? On top of having no finances coming in, they wanted your bills to pile up. Okay, so now it's like, God forbid, right? But let's say you had no finances coming in. Your bills were piling up. Now everything is like, it's like backed up, right? And so everything was backed up. They wouldn't have stopped there, okay? Somebody wanted you homeless. Somebody wanted you out in the street. Somebody wanted you digging through the garbage. And then they were going to sweep in their their limousine or their personal driver was going to pull up. And all of a sudden you were supposed to feel like you've been found, right? And that is like, whatever this was, completely backfired. Somebody underestimated you. Somebody thought it would be easier to take you down if they came to you with a group and they came to you while you were alone. And that backfired. Okay, so anything else I need to focus on? And if this couple could tell you anything, it's like, it's the way you are cared for. It's the way you're loved. It's the way you can help somebody to profit in their business. And it's like, you're not doing it from a space of, oh, you're going to slit somebody's throat or you're going to stab somebody in the back, right? It's like, you're doing this because you know this has to happen. Like you are put in the world to help people, to assist people with your gifts and your abilities. That's exactly what you're going to do, right? So anything else? So this decision maker card, you can't possibly tell me you love this person. It's coming up in reverse now. And it's like somebody is starting to see why you are so loved and appreciated, right? So it's like looking, let's say there was an agenda, right? The agenda was, oh, take this person down, make sure they're down and out, and there's no way they're coming back up unless we come in and we get them, right? And so they had this idea to the point even the people around them were like, oh, you can't possibly tell me that you like this person. There's no way you like this person. But now people are seeing you for who you truly are. And so they're seeing who was really the villain. That's like making you out to be the villain and they were the hero, when in actuality, they were the villains and you were the hero, right? So, Colin, I'm sorry. Sorry that happened, okay? So you can't possibly tell me you love this person. That's in reverse. So it's like they're looking at you and they're looking at you from a standpoint of whoever these pairs are, right? Because it feels community-based, but I don't want to say that because for there to be a sense of community, they all have to be one for each other, and they're not. So this is why I'm saying pairs, right? They each have their own personal agenda. So even though they're working together, they have their own agenda. So serving the country with a broken heart takes humility and courage. Thank you. Yeah, it's because of your level of bravery. Like somebody knows that one. It's like somebody knows that you know that a group of people were sent to come up against you because the head honcho and, you know, their spouse or their partner was just on some, yeah, we're going to come after this and come after them and make them conform. And then it's like looking at your story is kind of like, okay, but why'd you go after them again? Right? It's just like, oh, no, because that's the villain. Okay, well, prove that part one is the villain. Prove it, please. Because it's not making sense. All these stories of, oh, we got to have them this. Like, yes, I know you want me to have them down and out. I know you want me to have them broke. I know you want me to have them, like, bills piled up, their back is against the corner. But why? Like, people are starting to question, okay? And it's the power of your love power one. All right, so moving on. You have, even the most dangerous tiger has a soft spot for his tigers. And this is my Shiva card, right? So and then I created this card because the tigress had a family of her own. Well, of course, this is narration, right? National Geographic had a storyteller to tell the life of this lioness, right? Lioness could be significant, or that could be your nickname, or that's how somebody sees you. They see you as a lioness. And so she had to protect her family. She had to protect her kids, right? So what she did was, according to the narration on National Geographic, we don't know how true this is, guys. It's not like lions say, yeah, and then I had to push my son away. But anywho, so then What this lioness did was she put her sons out to be out on their own. Like, no, you have to find your own territory. You have to do this. You have to do that. But she did that, according to the narration, she did that because there was a lion who was already like roaming and claiming the territory. And she did not want her sons or daughters, or her sons and her daughter to get hurt. So she had to push them away. Now, comes back, right? So now she goes in with the lion, but she has to make it seem like she doesn't have kids, okay? So she's mating with the lion, and then, of course, she has, her set of kids with this lion. Now, he had, according to the narration in National Geographic says, this lion had fallen so head over heels in love. I know, tiger tigers, you know what I mean. But this lion had fallen so in love, right, with the lioness that by the time her kids came around, she was able to tame his anger and stop him from attacking her sons and her daughter, and then hence reuniting with her kids again. So I don't know why I gotta say it like this, but it's very significant in regards to like strategizing. Somebody is, you have a dangerous individual, dangerous high profile individual, right? And that's very one with themselves, that is protecting you. And they know that in order to protect you, they have to strategize in a way where it protects you and it also protects your kids. Now, if you don't have kids, kids could be a representation of your ideas, right? Your investments, your ability to grow, to produce, right? Somebody is protecting that because they have really taken a liking to you. And this is a very dangerous individual, guys. Dangerous could be in regards to maybe they don't have a whole bunch of guns and an army of people, right? But dangerous could be in a sense of they have a lot of knowledge, and knowledge is power. That's true power, guys. It's not about, okay. So anyway, let's clarify this part. Talk about Esther. Yeah. Part one, whoever, and this is the military card that came out. Talk about Esther. Whoever you are, you're a very beautiful person. Okay? It's not just your beauty, but it's the way you can strategize all while using your best features, your best attributes, right? And you have a very, your heart creates harmony for the lost. It's time to be seen so they can be found. You have a very dangerous mind in regards to strategizing. You think about Esther, right? And you think about Haman. Haman wanted to get rid of the Jews because, okay, Mordecai did not bow down to him. All right, we can think about it from that sense, okay? But we can think about what Esther did. Esther first lured him in and was just like, hey, let's have a feast. The king, which is her husband, let's all have a feast. And look at the day she chose to have a feast. She chose to have a feast on the day Haman was supposed to do what? He was supposed to murder the Jews. No. Then she said, you know what? Let's have another feast. And then I'll tell you what I desire. I'll tell my king what I desire in front of the person I'm going to take down. Like, do you see the level of strategy Esther had to use, all while utilizing everything she had in her possession? And she was willing to die for the cause, right? So it's something about how you're operating and the way you're moving. You're protecting a race of people, but you're also protecting the person that you love, or you are also protecting your family, right? You're also protecting even down to your spouse. Whether you are with this person or not, you're protecting them just by doing what you're doing and being who you are, right? And look, and like just even in the text, right? Look at how she states it, or how the story states it in the text. I'm going to the king. If I perish, I perish. If I die, I die. Right? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Whatever. I'm going to do this anyway. It's the level of bravery that you have, Power One, not just to love, but to be so vulnerable, to put yourself out there and risk your own life for the love of humanity, for the love of the greater good, for the love of not having a bunch of people murdered because somebody refused to bow down to somebody else's feet, which is total disrespect, right? So let's see. Your heart creates harmony for the lost. It's time to see so they can be found. Yeah. I also feel like in love, Power One, you have a soul tribe family that's looking for you, right? And not only are they looking for you, it's like for instance, right? I like to watch certain readers. I don't resonate with a lot of readers, but then I come across somebody that just speaks to me on a soul level. It's like that. Like you have your people looking for you. Okay. And so the card that came out was you have passed. The guides are asking you what you would like as a reward. Pile on what you want. This is a love reading, right? What do you want? King James is already dismantled, right? You already took down whoever this was, whoever the Hammond, like, and I have to tip my hat to you, Pal One, because you didn't just have one person, right? You didn't just have one person in a position of power willing to take out a race of people because he felt disrespected or his ego was bruised. You had couples, powerful couples coming up against you, right? Tips hat. Okay. So what do you want, Pal One? Just think about it. Think about it in love and everything. What do you want? Now, I'm going to move forward. So let's talk about the person has revoked their player card. Why, little birdie, tell them you're single now. Sorry. I hate when we fight. Can we make this right again? This is the same person. So maybe you had a disconnect. Okay. You had to disconnect from somebody you actually cared about, or you had to distance yourself from somebody you actually cared about because you knew, like, if you knew that if you were in close proximity, it just would have made things worse, right? It's like, I can't be where you are. Oh yeah, and the song Bryson Tiller, Next to You, that's your song, pal, too. So listen to that, because I feel like that's how this person feels about you. But in the time that they're at a distance from you, it's like they're elevating, right? So it's like they're counting the days. Somebody is counting the days until they can be next to you again, but more transformed. And just, I feel like your person is dealing with, whoever this person is, they're dealing with a lot of shadow aspects. So, but they understand why the distance is necessary. Okay, so somebody got word. So, okay, somebody finally got word in regards to your interest, okay? Your interest for them, or like a message was finally conveyed in a way it's like it's undeniable, okay? So somebody wants to make amends with you. Ooh, why is Anubis in reverse? It's your heart is not bulletproof. Protection won't override character. Yeah, you have this person. There's a person who has the heart of steel, but they feel for you. Okay, this person, they had, like, their heart is hardened to a lot of people. Okay, they've been through a lot, but when it comes to you, it's just like, okay, well, I guess I can let this steel heart have somewhat of a pulse just to keep it beating. Like, that's how somebody feels towards you. If only you knew, the card that came out was, if only you knew the level to which this person admires you, you have no idea. And this is the universal love card. Yeah. Pile one, you have to know somebody really loves you. And it's making me think about Miguel Adorn. Somebody really cares about you, okay? They understand. And I also feel like this person knows that you were up against like some really what appeared to be powerful forces, right? But they knew. It's just like, okay, I know that Pawan has to go through this because there's a lesson that Pawan has to learn. But after all of this clears out, like, this is like handling all the things you need to handle just to come into the person that shows you the definition of unconditional love, or you have shown this person the definition of unconditional love, what it looks like, okay? If only you knew to which this person admires you, you have no idea. Something, and there's also the song Infinity. I love you for infinity, right? Somebody's gonna love you forever. But I feel like this is the love that was, yeah. Turn to the light in order to stop fighting the darkness. And this is a decision maker card. Another decision maker card that came out. But this is like prior engagements, right? Somebody had prior engagements. Or you know what? Whoever this person is, they could be, I feel like this person could be married or could have been married in the past, or had a relationship, or they had something was entangled. It felt like, okay, to release one string would undo the whole ball of yarn, right? To pull one string is going to undo the whole ball of yarn. But it's like they know once this happened, once they were just like, you know what happens if I just pull this string? And they saw everything. It's like you opened somebody's eyes up to everything. Okay, rally and support no matter the skin color. It's your last card. Obstacle after obstacle, the only thing you can control is yourself. That's in reverse. The obstacles have been removed from you, Pile 1, in regards to love, because something is done. The contract is done. The lesson is learned. Something is finished. Yeah. Something feels like complete. One card to close out. Or two, because two came out. Okay, so the first one is Emika's heart saves the hearts of the world. Yeah. And that fell in the first section. Somebody was not expecting you to, this feels like complete the mission, right? Somebody was not expecting you to complete whatever this was. They thought if they turned you, it's like the same people who wanted to turn your heart cold and turn you just into somebody else's robot, like, okay, what do you want me to do? How do you want to profit? How much money you want to make? It's like now the same people want to thank you, or the same people want to congratulate you, right? Well, you know, I had certain words for that, but it's not love. it's not love. But yeah, so you have saved the hearts of many just by staying true to yourself and staying in your power. And your final card is many sacrifice. It ended up with the person has revoked their player card. It says many sacrifices, many secrets, many regrets, but no one loves the way you do, right? Somebody can see the difference. Like they can see the difference in when they're with somebody and this person says, oh, I love you, and they don't feel shit, right? They don't feel a thing. It just, every time, because this is what I'm getting in my mind, every time they were with someone, right, and this person said, oh, I loved you, it's just like, well, if you love me so much, how come every time you say I love you, my heart just turns cold? I'm just irritated with you. I want nothing to do with you if you love me so much, right? But then they come across you and it's just like, maybe you have not said I love you, but they can feel that. And it's just like, how come every time this person expresses love, they don't even tell me they love me, but when they express love, it makes me want to open up. It makes me want to heal. It makes me want to face the darkest parts of myself. That's what divine counterparts do, okay? Divine counterparts put you in a position that make you want to heal. They make you want to love. They make you want to transform, not for them, but for themselves. So whenever you're coming across somebody and they want to pick on your insecurities, they want to talk you down. You're not as good as this. You're not as pretty as my ex. You're not this. You're not that. But you got to really put things into perspective, Pile 1, right? And this is what you did. And you put things into perspective to the point where it didn't matter who came towards you. It didn't matter who came at you. It didn't matter who was judging you. You were just like, you know what? I'm going to love despite what you're trying to do to me. And look, you land right into the greatest love of all. Okay, Pile 1, that's your reading. Okay, Pile 2, let's get started on your reading. So the song that you got was Shape of You. Somebody likes the shape of you, okay? And this is the love reading. So your first card is Breathe and Realize it's not that deep. Second card is Those Who Can Do and Those Who Can't Teach Others to Do It Better. Third card is Fate Over Illusions, Visions Over Fear, Boy Who Dreamt and Saved the School, and the Bomber. And your last card is a Judgment card. They will be left behind. They couldn't see your worth. It's too late if they do now. Okay, so Part 2. This gives me energy of like Adele. I dare you to let me be your one and only, right? And then it's just like, and this person was like, okay, I'll let you be my one and only. And then it's just like, like I thought it was gonna be more serious than this. So maybe somebody could have put you in a predicament where it's just like you were with them, but it wasn't that serious. And it's like they wanted you to get upset because it wasn't that serious. And then you looked at it from a standpoint of, you know what? It's not that deep. Like, all right, you don't want to be with me. You rather be with somebody else. It's not that deep, you know? So I can see this part too as you flip the script on somebody in regards to love. So let's clarify this. Okay, we have... When I get my stand, so you guys can see how these cards fly out, I am going to Because I know when I start laughing out of nowhere, it's just like, why is she laughing? It's the way the cards are so direct and they flip out. Okay, so you have the decision maker card that came out, and it was very precise how this flew out, guys. Like, it flew out and right under. All right, so it says, be upset all you want. I'm not quitting on us. I'll fight anyone for you. And then you have another decision maker card you have, and it says, God has expanded their life so they can stay and love you a little longer. All right. So somebody is competing, or somebody is going to find themselves competing for your hand. And it's only because you see past it, right? So you had somebody that was looking at you in a sense of, oh yeah, all I got to do is this, and they're going to be here forever, and I'll be able to have a relationship whenever I want. I'll pick them up, put them down, pick them up, put them down, right? And it's just like, you know what? It's not that deep. Like, if you want to make time, you're going to make time, right? You want to talk to me, you're going to talk to me. You want to have a relationship with me, you're going to take the time to put in the effort to have a relationship with me. So you know what? It's not that deep. So now all of a sudden it's like, what? I got to be with Paul too, right? Somebody sees that you have options. And then I also see like this person getting or trying to get real possessive over you. I don't know if you know this person already. No, you don't know this person. Whoever this person is, this be upset all you want. I'm not quitting on us. It's all right. So you don't know this person. They don't want to quit on you, but it was only when you took your energy. There's something about you cut your energy completely off from this person. Like, all right, whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like they want to come in knight in shining armor, right? They want to come in on their white horse on some, I'm going to fight anyone for you, beloved. And it's just like, really? Now? Right now? Okay. So let's see. So another decision maker. What is that? Paltu, who are you? What is going on here? Because another decision maker card flew out and it says they are so in love with you and actually want to admit it. Now I got to see if these are 3 separate energies. They really are. My goodness. Paltu, what is happening? Okay. So let me section this out and let me break it down. So you have a thorough idea. Oh my, no, I'm not. No way. So you have a thorough idea, and I said no way because another decision maker card tried to fly out. So just so you have an idea of what's going on with these individuals. Now, who's on the up and up here? Okay, so it's 3 cards, right? First card, whoever this person is, they're not on the up and up. Second and third cards, they're on the up and up. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, because I feel like anybody that wants to make it seem like, oh yeah, I can have anybody I want, and you're always going to be there. And then as soon as you pull back your energy, that's when they want to be dedicated. It's kind of like, okay. Like, I feel like when somebody wants to be with you, they're not ever going to put you in a space of competition. They're not ever going to make you compete. You know? You're not going to have to compete for somebody's love. Could you imagine? As limitless and boundless as love is, somebody wants you to compete for their individual body of love? I don't think so. So let's see. Be upset all you want. I'm not putting on us. I'll fight anyone for you. Yeah, because this is part 2. Whoever this first person is that's not on the up and up, it's all about business. That's all it is. It's money. Jeez Louise. Like, it's just money. This business is more profitable as a business to consumer. So somebody wants to I don't know why I wanted to say it like that, but somebody wants to use, from their perspective, in their mind, they want to use all your good juju. And then when you run out of good juju, then they go on to the next person and use that other person's good juju. Like, somebody's definitely into manipulation. They're into spell work. They're into crafts, but all that gets dismantled, right? They're into like using their partners for better business deals. Oh, I'm going to bring you to compliment the deal because I know, it's going to bring in a bigger check, right? I'm going to bring you to compliment the deal. I'm going to bring you in on this deal because I know that it's because of your energy I even have this deal in the first place. It's because of the fact that you exist I'm even getting paid in the first place. That's this kind of energy, okay? So, yeah, if you could stay away from this person, I would definitely stay away from this person because they're not looking at you like an actual person. They're just looking at you like figures. How much money can I make off of this person? How much money can I make if I'm with this person or if I take this person's energy? And then they want to turn around and call that love. Okay, right. No, it's not. So, it's either you or them. I'm glad you chose you. Yeah. Like, this is good, Kyle, too, that you're choosing yourself because, again, like, you're not going to risk your own life, or you're not going to put your own life in jeopardy because somebody feels like the only way you can show them you love them is if you allow them to just take your energy, take all your good je ne sais quoi, put it in a third party that absolutely despises them, wants nothing to do with them, like gets sick off the thought of looking at them, and then comes back to you and says, oh, I need some more energy so I can give it to the wrong set of people because I like money. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So moving on. So these two. So God has expanded their life so you can stay in love, so they can stay in love you a little longer. Focusing on the people that are actually on the up and up, okay? I get passionate, guys, but you know it's already. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Decision maker card flew up. Sometimes you got to throw caution to the winds and face your fears. All right, so when I see this as God has given them, expanded their lifespan, it's like God is giving somebody, like a decision maker, a second chance at love. And this person, they don't want to operate in fear, but I feel like this person fears rejection, okay? So they fear that you're gonna look at them and you're gonna think about like, oh, well, you know, no, I don't want to be with you. But they feel something. Whoever this person is, they genuinely feel like something for you. And it's more than just like, a puppy love kind of feeling. Like somebody can feel you on a soul level, and it's just like, man, like what would it be like to be with pile 2? But they fear rejection. But it's like they have to. It's either somebody telling them this, or there's a side of this person that's telling them like, look, if I'm giving you a second chance, and I'm giving you a second chance with the right person, do not let fear stop you from pursuing the one that you want, right? I don't know why this person is in so much. There's such a fear here. So this fear is either stemming from a sense of pain, or it's stemming from a place of not feeling worthy. Somebody does not feel worthy of you. Okay, typical owl true card. Typical owl true owl card. So it says rewrite the past, rewrite the story, alter the past, then quantum jump. Okay. And then there's like a grrr energy, right? Like somebody is looking at you like on the prowl. They could be on the prowl for you, like grrr, right? And then I also get this energy of like somebody gets very angry, like the thought of just trying to be with you, and then they lose you to someone else. Right? The thought of losing you to someone else is like this is what makes this person very angry, but at the same time, they're not coming forward because they fear rejection. So, and this is also somebody that shifts, right? They can shift reality, they can shift timelines, they can bend anything to their will. Like if I had this ability, which we all do, guys, right? But the way this person can operate and bend and shift time, I would not fear anything. What? Oh my God. Okay, now we're getting to the meat and potatoes. Give up the ghost or regret awaits. What if it's... So this person can feel like, what if they make their move, right? What if they face their fears? And what if as quick as it came, as quick as this love came, as quick as it leaves? So this can also stem from abandonment. Somebody does not want to be abandoned again, right? So it's like they have to give up the ghost, give up the past, give up the one thing that's making them feel like it's making them scared to leap. But rewrite the story. There's something this person did. Did they? Let's talk about it, how to. Because I feel like there's something this person did is like, oh, I wish I can take that back. Like, I wish I could do things a different way. Sorry, I had to leave back a second. I wish I could do something a certain way and just, it's like rewrite the stars. Okay, so timeline. here's the thing. Here's what's happening. You guys are coming from two different timelines, and it's making me think about the song "Rewrite the Stars." And so, but that song stems from a movie, right? Where you had a guy that was high in society, and he fell in love with Zendaya's character. I forgot her name, but fell in love with her character. But she was coming from a space where she was not high in society, right? And so there was a moment where they were meeting, or he was taking her to the theater, right? And so he bumped into his parents, and his parents was just like, "Oh, what are you doing with a commoner?" Right? And so she was so embarrassed that she just left. And then, the son had to tell his mom, it's like, "You had no right to talk to her like that." It was just like, "Oh, well, you have to know." And so his parents was just like, "Well, you have to know your place in society, right? Like, you dating a commoner, it's not going to look good for the family line." And he was like, "Well, if this is my place, then I don't want it." And so he left, and she was back to, doing what she did. She was trapeze. Yeah. She was doing what she did. And he met her in her space where she felt most comfortable. And pretty much that's how the song Rewrite the Stars came into be. But this is that. Like, you're dealing with two different worlds. One person is coming from like a high level of society, and another person is coming from what people consider to be a commoner. And it's making me think about Love Actually with the Prime Minister. It's like the Prime Minister had a worker, and like she had such a personality, right? But it was because of that. It's because of her personality, while the Prime Minister like looked at her in a particular way. So yeah, it's something like that, guys. Like this person has to take a leap of faith. Okay? Somebody has to do the big jump. Did I keep talking about this? No. Okay, so that's your second option. Much better than the first. I'll tell you that one. And then here we have the third person. Okay, realize it's not that deep. And the thing is, how to, you're coming to the realization where you can literally manifest any partner you want. Okay? And so it's something about that. It's like you don't want to just manifest a partner. You want to manifest the best partner for you. Like somebody that makes you look back at experiences and you don't think to yourself like, "Man, that would have been a great trip if this person didn't just body shame me the whole time." Like, if you're looking at it from a standpoint of like, no, who can I really like? If I'm traveling the world, who is it that I want by my side that I want to travel the world with? You know what I mean? You're looking at something from a much grander scale. Who's going to make you feel like, "Oh, this was worth it. Taking this risk, taking this leap was worth it." Because you have some, to say the least, you have some very eligible suitors here. So, and now you're realizing like, and this is helping you to realize, oh, I can manifest anyone I want, but you're not doing it from a space of ego. You're doing it from a space of, no, I want to experience this unconditional love with an unconditionally loving, healing person. Okay. So they're still in love with you and they actually want to admit it. Let's talk about this. Billionaire bars. Woo-wee. That's a very rare card that comes out. The only card that comes out in this deck. But yeah, Billionaire Bars, I tell you guys all the time. This is a book I wrote. It's a book I wrote about like really high end elites that are African American, like high in society, right? So somebody in that realm they're head over heels. Somebody's head over heels in love with you, how to. In love with you, yeah. Because somebody's seeing your soul. Somebody's recognizing you, right? This is like, let's say your name is Jane or Joe, right? To the world, it's Jane or Joe. But to everyone else, or to this person who sees you on a soul level, they're like, "Oh, it's such and such. It's goddess such and such. It's queen such and such. It's king such and such. It's prince such and such," right? Like they're seeing you on a soul level. So this is why they're so drawn to you. Somebody knows you. So required. Yep. It only took one kiss, one hug, one moment, and now they're in love with you. It's true. Special forces and acute missions. Somebody's on a mission to get to you. Part 2. I want to say that's your reading, but we got 3 other cards we didn't even talk about yet. Okay, so that's in regards to love. So those who can do and those who can't, teach others to do it better. And I feel like I have to I want to explain this card because you know that saying, right? And at first it was like a saying where it's like, if you can't do it, then those who can actually do it, those who can't teach. And like, it's like, yeah, but you have people that are meant to teach other people to do their best to their ability. You know what I mean? You have exceptional teachers. And so I feel like that's why I had to put it in that sense, because just because you decide not to do it, but you decide to teach it, doesn't mean you're not exceptional at the job. It's just maybe you're just meant to teach other people to be exceptional at doing what it is they love to do. So I feel like that had to be clarified. But I also feel like I'm not going to clarify that card ever again. But somebody needed to hear that. Okay. Make love to me tonight and you'll see some future awards. How do? There's so many options out here. I feel like you guys are going to get all the decision maker cards. It's supposed to be love, a love reading for everybody. But I know even I have like very few cards left for cards to love. Let's see. Make love to me tonight and you will see so many future wars. Why does this? So this is a person. Okay. So this is a person who could be a teacher or it could be a student. Where they are a teacher to others, they are your students. Like, I can see it like that also. Meditate on Shiva today. So it's what has this person looking at you like, whoa, it's your level of knowledge, okay? It's like, yes, they are a teacher, but you have taught them some things in a short span of time, right? Meditate on Shiva today. So go within. So you make this person go within. Oh, yes. And whoever this person is, they're very protective over you. They're very protective over your energy. I'm trying to be your one and only. But yeah. So, side note, person is protective. Whoa. Pile 2. I feel like the reason this is coming, these suitors and the caliber of suitors is coming towards you the way it is because you have been so, I want to say, deprived in the past, right? So maybe you had to kiss a lot of frogs before you got to the level of princes that you're now dealing with. Because I wanted to say Atta, and Atta means prince in Arabic, right? You're dealing with a lot of like people in high positions that are looking at you like, no, you, I want you, right? So it's like, and that took a while. You know what I mean? That took a while for you to get to this point. So it's well deserved, okay? But yes, this person is very protective over you. Let's see, can we move on? Yes, we can. So faith over illusions and visions of fear. Boy who dreamt and saved the bomber, saved the school and the bomber. Sometimes the best thing to do is to close both eyes so you can open a very important one. Trust your intuition, pal, too. You're going to know who to choose. You're going to know who to be with in a relationship. You're going to know who to have a friendship with. You just have to trust your intuition. Fate, because the card is Fate, fate. Something that's fated over illusions, okay? Visions over fear. Premonitions. You could see, like, I feel like you can see who's going to be what in your life, right? Whether it is 2 days from now, 2 months from now, 20 years from now, you can see, okay, this person comes in a certain span of time, right? This person comes in, they come in for a couple weeks. This person comes in for a season, but you know who comes in for what, okay? So just trust your intuition. Because you're going to, even though you have a lot of suitors, you're going to have a lot of suitors that are going to want to come in and they're going to be like, well, let's be together for life. And like, let's say, you're not supposed to be with this person or you're only supposed to be with this person for like a couple of weeks, or you're only supposed to be with this person for life, but not in a relationship, right? There's something like that. And trust your intuition, because whoever the first option was from the very beginning of the read, they're going to try to make it seem like they should be your one and only, but you're going to feel this. I wanted to say you're going to feel the ick. So there's something icky about this person's energy. You're going to feel the ick, okay? And the uts. It's making me think about Beautician and the Beast, where she was like, oh, I'll know it's the person because I'll just feel that uts, that's something in my stomach. And it's just like, you're going to feel it, okay? No matter the position this person holds. So you have show up and show out in the rooms they swore they blocked you from. Walk gracefully past the gatekeepers you're firing upon arrival and do it with a smile. Yeah, this is like Moneyball, Brad Pitt. I'm not going to fire you so-and-so. Smile. But that person so-and-so knew that they were fired the minute he said, I'm not going to fire you. You should know. You're fired already, right? So, and I can also see this as reclaiming your power. You're calling. Okay. So about to, you're also going to call judgment on the people who thought they could gatekeep your love life. I really feel like it's this person in the very beginning that was not supposed to be with you in the first place, right? So you're going to call judgment on this person. And it's just like there's something about a spiritual demotion. You are spiritually demoting this person, right? Just so they have an understanding that when it comes to you and your love life, they don't run shit. Okay. Judgment card came out. Look at this. Smoke on it. Smoke on it. You decide this person's fatal karma. I don't know if you smoke. I don't know if you're a smoker, but if you do, it's just like this person that thought they could just keep blocking you and blocking you, you decide their karma. Oh my gosh. Which means to get to the point, you're deciding somebody else's karma means, for me, personal interpretation, you have a certain rank in the spiritual realm, which lets people know spiritually, physically, energetically, you're not to be messed with. Okay. So, and I'm also seeing it as somebody kept poking a bear, right? Somebody kept like poking you. Oh yeah, look, I have control over this. I have control over that. Poking you, right? You came into your power and you're just like, it's to the point you can breathe and you can realize it's not that deep because they're going to get handled, right? But this person, it's like they're barely breathing. Somebody is gasping onto air. Like what's going to happen? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen? Because Pal2 knows that they've been, like they're shook, as they should be. Well, like, look at all these options. Why are they coming so late right now? Right? And they're coming like floodgates. It's going to be like, oh, you have to use your spiritual discernment. This should have happened. Like, I feel like these suitors should have been spaced out in your life a long time ago. But somebody kept blocking it because they wanted you to see them as, oh, no, I'm the one for you. I'm the one for you. And they're not, right? This is somebody that shouldn't have ever been in your energetic field. Like, okay. So they will be left behind. They couldn't see your worth. It's too late if they do not. Okay? Let's talk about this. I regret the things I said to you. Can you ever forgive me? Yeah, you can forgive a person, right? Love thy neighbor. Forgive. Forgive the people who thought they could just cross you. I mean, you can forgive them out of your universe. You can forgive them out of your galaxy. You can forgive them as they get severely cut off from your energy. Of course you can, right? But it's like you release it, and it's just like this person, the very person from the beginning, they're going to want to try to come back. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have never did this. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have. Because somebody had, just like you have visions, Pal2, somebody had a vision. You were going to cut them off and you were not ever going to see them again by choice. Okay? Choice. You decided the fate of, okay, you treated me like this. You did this to me. You did that to me. All right. So I want to live in a world where you don't exist. They had that vision. Somebody wants to come rushing in like the best thing since sliced bread. Okay? So, and I'm going to tell you something. This was not only a person that was not supposed to be in your energy. They want you to forgive them so much because only reason they want you to forgive them is they know karma's not letting up. And that's karma you distributed, right? And it doesn't have to be a sense of like you want them to catch karma, so you went out of your way to make sure they caught karma. You surrendered it. Okay? I'm going to release this. I'm going to forgive you. I'm not going to let you in my energy again because I know better, but and you just let it go, right? So now the universe said, okay, she surrendered or he surrendered or Pal2 surrendered their, this person that was doing all the stuff behind the scenes. All right, so now we can deal with them. Now the universe can deal with them, right? And so all the universe is doing is giving this person the same energy they put towards you. Now keep in mind your spiritual rank, okay? So they feel like in order to have this rain of karma that's coming down on them be lightened a little bit, as if they come to you, they ask you for forgiveness, and if you forgive them, the karma will cease. No, it will not. Okay? This is also a person that the card that came out was a Theseus. That's yes, tomato. Okay. But the card that came out was Theseus. And in this one, it says observe the card. But you see Theseus is fighting the Minotaur. This Minotaur is trying to overpower Theseus. Now, in regards to this card of what I'm seeing, the Minotaur is a representation of the labyrinth, right? What's the labyrinth? The labyrinth, to me, personal interpretation again, is the mind, okay? So you have the Minotaur, all these dark, disturbing thoughts in the mind, and you're trying to come out of it. You're trying to defeat these thoughts. Now, Pile 2, I also want to tell you the reason why you're not supposed to defeat these thoughts, because it would be different if these disturbing thoughts were yours. They're not. They're projected. Okay? So this person wanted to project a whole bunch of negative thoughts to you, a whole bunch of disturbing thoughts to you. You're not this, you're not that. Look at this. Be deranged, be disturbed, be as disturbed as that person is. And then, afterwards, maybe if they want to give you a break from telepathically, verbally abusing you, then maybe they'll give you like a 5-minute break. Then they'll go back to it because they got all the power in the world. No, now that power is taken away. Karma is not letting up. And this person's like, oh, well, maybe if I stop. No. Maybe if I stop sending telepathic messages, maybe if I stop disturbing this person and trying to wake them up in their sleep. No, karma's not going to let up. And that's because you surrendered, right? You knew, you were able to establish, hey, these thoughts are not mine. I don't call myself this. I don't address myself like this. I don't vividly think about these images. I'm not as gruesome and gory. This is not what I do. You know what? I'm surrendering this to omnipresence. Omnipresence said, no problem. I'll go right to the source of who's sending this. Oh, forgive me, please. So they can't handle the dish they served? Okay. So somebody wanted you to deal with all the destruction, all the chaos. And this is a lot of chaos magic, okay? Mental magic, chaos manipulation. Somebody wanted you to deal with all the depths of the chaos residing in their mind. They wanted to put it on you to make you feel like you were going batshit crazy. All the while, this is this person's thoughts on a day-to-day basis, okay? So it's not yours. You realize it's not yours. Return to sender or send it up to the light. Transmute it, right? You master alchemize the situation. Now all of a sudden they have a reason to be in love with you. Despite the fact they put you in competition, they wanted you to feel so bad about yourself. Now they have respect for you. Okay, have respect out of my universe. Okay? So these two countries being allies are your financier's best move. Okay. Part 2. This is a beautiful reading, okay? Because it is teaching you the power of your level of self-love, even when somebody tries to utilize your mind to go up against you, okay? Somebody wanted to turn your mind into your enemy. And they wanted you in your mind the whole time, going up against your mind, going up against yourself, because what happens when you go up against yourself and you stay in that vibration of you're going up against yourself? Your vibration lowers, right? So this is what they thought they needed to do in order to feel better than you, in order for you to put up with this idea, God forbid, but put up with this idea that you had to settle for a mediocre bullshit excuse of a relationship. And that's not the case. I see you walking away from this. I see you looking at it like, okay, I'm going to take a breather because I'm going to realize it's not that deep. I'm not going to go above and beyond for somebody and try to prove I love somebody when this person doesn't even love themselves. And if they love themselves, Pile 2, they wouldn't be sending you a whole bunch of chaos magic or trying to make you feel insecure about your own personal, what you have going on in your life. They wouldn't be doing that. This is not somebody that's operating from a sense of love. This is a person that's operating from their sense of shadow. All right, so now you can alchemize that by loving yourself even more and alchemize their energy into more love for the world. You think a person's going to know what to do with that type of energy? No. So they're going to have to receive back what they put out. This is somebody who swears by pagan practices, and the minute they're getting a taste of their own medicine, they swear up and down you're doing something to them. No, that's their own energy coming back to them. Okay, so let's close out your read because this was pretty long. So you got the Ma'at card. It says go get some rest. For now, it's been a long time coming. Safe travels are forever ahead. Pile 2, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Pile 2. And You have, if I wasn't who I am, would you still love me? Can you accept my dark past? That's in reverse. Pile 2, you are only allowing the people who are going to protect you, guide you in the right direction, and allow you to heal despite what you've been through. Okay? So I like this because it's just like you have put yourself in a position where I will, if you are on the floor, you have fallen flat on your face, and I am going to use my intuition to know whether I should stick my hand out, knowing that you're going to use it to be lifted up. And I'm going to retract my hand because I know if I stick my hand out, you're going to be the first one to try to pull me down. You are distinguishing who you want in your energy, who does not belong in your energy, and who you just simply want out of your whole entire existence, right? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and especially pile 2 in regards to love. Okay, that's your reading. Okay, pile 3, let's get started on your reading, your love reading. First card is, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Neither the ones who think robotic ones can replace them. Okay. Well, that was kinky. That's your second card. Third card is deprogram and reboot. It will work this time. And your fourth card is a military card that says you made the right decision for yourself as well as others that were involved. Are you asking about love, pile 3? Because I'm seeing, okay, yeah, and your songs were sensational, and you also got band for band, right? This could be somebody who, there's band for band, something about in regards to money, numbers, watching the numbers go up, go down. And then it makes me think about the time, oh yeah, the example I was supposed to use for you was the time that when I was in New York, and I was a head baker. And I said, you know what? And I talk about this in previous readings. I say, you know what? I'm always attracting these financiers. Just once I would like to just be with somebody who's just a regular person and X, Y, and Z. And so I remember I would go to Trader Joe's a lot. Like, man, I would go to Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's. But anywho, I would go to Trader Joe's and I would always do shopping, like light shopping, because I would bake so much that by the time I got off, like to actually get something to eat, was either takeout or it was something from Trader Joe's. So one of the two. So I remember there was this guy and he was a cashier, right? And I said, wow, this guy's like really attractive. I felt the energy. The energy was nice, right? And I said, this is going to be so great. So outside of the norm of who I'm used to attracting. He's like definitely hands down. So we exchanged numbers and then we decided to go on a date. And I was just like, oh, so we met at a mall downtown Brooklyn. It was like one of the newest malls that like opened up. And so we met there. And then as we're like walking and talking, right? Because we're going to the spot that's like not too far off from the space, like on our date. He was just like, oh, I just want you to know. I just want you to know that Trader Joe's is, he said it's just another form of income, but when I'm not doing that, my actual career is I'm a financier at a private bank. So I accepted the fact that I was not going to be able to get away from financiers. Okay, that's just what it was. But anyway, it was really great. So numbers going up and down. So in regards to tricks, right? I remember one time we were driving back to my place and it was morning time because I had spent the night. And then he was asking me a bunch of questions, which I knew he was testing me, right? But he was asking me about my views on religion and spirituality and just real deep conversation. And I remember having a deep conversation the whole time I was talking to him. And then he said, there was a moment where he said, yeah, because I find that when I tell people I'm a financier, right, it's not as engaging as if I tell a person I'm a financier by day, but I'm a kingpin, right? And I like run a certain amount of operations when it comes to distribution of particular substances. And I remember looking at him and thinking that was really specific, right? So, pile 3, you could be dealing with someone who, by day, this is what they do. They like to watch the numbers go up and down and up and down. And outside of what they're known for, they lead a certain life. Okay? So, but then you can't teach an old dog new tricks. This is something to do with artificial intelligence. Maybe somebody runs an artificial intelligence operation. Let's clarify this. I don't know why this is for love, guys, but we're going with it. So they miss the late nights and the long, deep talks. All right, so part 3. Is this you? Because I feel like I have to ask, is this you that tried to replace somebody? Like you tried to replace somebody with a robotic or replica version? Or is this somebody who tried to replace you with a robotic replica version? Somebody tried to replace you with... Somebody tried to replace you with somebody who... They look... They could be older than this person, but they look like they have it like they are well put together. They looked well put together, or they looked like somebody who, you take a picture with this person or you're alongside this person and you think, oh, wow, what an amazing this, what an amazing that. But it's like this person leads a double life. This is what this feels like. Like somebody was trying to replace you, and they try to replace you with somebody who's not you. It's like they're missing the depth of someone. It's almost like somebody, what appeared to be the better option was just a mere shell of you. That's what I want to say. It was like a shell. It was like okay, they look like this. But when it came to the depth, like having those deep conversations and having those thought-provoking, there's nothing better than when you're with somebody who can actually have a conversation with you that's thought-provoking. Or you've always looked at something or a particular topic or subject or interest and industry a particular way. And then somebody comes in with this. It could be simplistic or it could be more complex than your actual thought process of what you guys are talking about. And it makes you think. There's nothing better, right? There's nothing better than expanding your perception via your partner. But I think what happened here is somebody looked at you and said, I can get the same level of knowledge or intelligence or substance. I can get that, but I can get this from a person that looks aesthetically more appealing or pleasing to me. And they're realizing they can't. Okay. So now it's like part 3, whoever this person is, it's like they're missing you. They're missing the nights the conversations you had, the nights you spent together, the late nights, early mornings. Like they're missing that. And they're realizing like, oh man, I replaced this with somebody who, I tried to replace an irreplaceable person. That's what this feels like. So, it says it's time to let yourself be reborn and cleansed again. That's in reverse. I feel like this person wants to come in, but they want to come in like, well, who is this? Who is this alchemist? This person wants to come in more refined, or they want to come in better. It's time to be born and cleansed again. This person could have wanted you to change. Like they could have looked at you from a sense of they want you to change your ways, or they want you to do something different, or they want you to be somebody you're not, and you're just like, no, like I can only be who I want to be. I'm not going to be who you want me to be. And so they were like, okay, well, if you don't want to have like the same ideals as me, you don't want to have the same thoughts as me, you don't want to have the same like goals as me, then you're going to get replaced. I'm going to replace you. And it's just like, okay, no problem. And so they replaced you, and now they're looking like why did I even think to do that? Like somebody is looking at you probably in love, like, why did I even think that I could replace this person? And I think it kind of scares them that they can't replace you, because this is somebody who's used to a particular pattern, right? So they're used to, okay, this one comes in, this one leaves. It's like, and then it gives me player energy, because it made me think about Biggie Smalls, like in the song where he was just like, what he was describing, like the woman that he was messing with taking flight, and then another woman landing in, he was like, and how his game just rewinds, right? Somebody was used to that they were used to that pattern of just like rotating women or rotating men. Okay. And so it was just like when you took flight, it was just like, all right, such and such is going to land. All right, another person's going to land. All right, this person's going to come in. Like the pattern doesn't feel the same, right? And it's just like, it's kind of scaring them because it's just like, how come, why of all people, how come I can't replace pile 3? Like what the, and this person could be like cursing to themselves, like what the beep is it about pile 3 that I can't get this person out of my mind? Like, what is wrong with me, right? And they think somebody's wrong, and they think something is wrong with them, but really, it's nothing wrong with them in a sense of they've never come across somebody with like just the level of depth the way you do, right? It's like you can make a person think, and not just think for the moment. Like, you can make a person. I don't know why I wanted to say thirsty. I'm low key thirsty, guys. But you can make a person think like these thought-provoking thoughts for hours at a time, right? Because you open something up. It's like, yes, if somebody opens this door of conversation, it's just like you open the door and you let this person know, oh, but do you see the rabbit hole in the corner? You want to go down there and talk about that? And it's just like, maybe they thought like, all right, such and such is going to come in, they're more attractive, they're this, they're that. We're going to talk about rabbit holes. And the person's just like, oh, no, well, I like conversations on surface levels. How much money do you make again? What do you do? And it's just like, oh, jeez, right? So maybe that's why they have not, somebody has not come across somebody like you before. And it's kind of scary because you're not somebody that can be found like just every day, all day in the street, So, what's going on here? So, look at this. The deception card came out. Quality over quantity. Third parties and misinformation. Relationship setups and traps. Hello. Somebody could have trapped them to believe that they were the better option. Pile 3. Like, this person that you were looking at, it's just like, somebody made them think, oh, yeah, well, they have, it could be anything really, like they have more money, they have more this, they have more that. There's something here. It's like, maybe they were more attractive, maybe they were smaller, maybe they were more muscular, who knows, right? Whatever this is, though, it was like, it looked good for the moment. Right? And then also, you have somebody here, pile 3, that thought because they were able to date you, that let's say you were this person's first baddie, right? Or let's say you were this person's first like male crush every day. I'm not gonna say male crush Monday, male crush every day, right? Let's say you were that. And so because they pulled in somebody as attractive as you, they thought, oh yeah, if I pulled in this one baddie, I'm gonna pull in another baddie. If I pulled in this one extremely handsome guy, I'm going to pull in another extremely handsome guy. Like, whatever it was. And then it's just like, the minute you left, they realized there was no upgrade, right? There was just like all right, I'm attracting, like they're attracting who they should have been attracting, right? And now somebody's looking at you like, what the? So, yeah, so somebody chose someone over you and now they're regretting it. So pretty much that's what's happening, pile 3. Now, let's get to the, well, that was kinky. So you have a decision maker card that came up and says, you're meant to be seen. It's okay to step off of your G7500, Global 7500, and introduce yourself. You could be somebody that likes to take, I'm not going to say that, but you can be somebody who likes to take private flights, right? Or you're going to start getting into the energy of taking private flights. It's in the details. Yeah. I don't think that was meant to come out, but why a plane though? Well, that was kinky and plane. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, so it's lights. I think it's called like the lights or star, but it was a movie where the person was it's two people. It was a musician, right? In the movie, she was a musician. She was dating a rapper, and she just won like a whole bunch of awards, right, for her music. But that same night, she asked to be left alone, and then she was going to commit suicide, right? And so the cop comes, and so the cop has to come in, and he has to talk her down from off the ledge, right, from being on the ledge. And then she was just so out of it that she just wanted to end her life. So that he caught her, right? But he caught her hand, and she realized that she wasn't dropping or she wasn't falling. And she opened her eyes, and then the cop was like, hey, I see you. He was like, look at me, I can see you, right? And so the whole time, for the first time, she thought that she wasn't being seen. So of course, she gave him a bunch of attitude. Like, she was smiling for the press, but she gave him a bunch of attitude in regards to, like, why did you think to do this? Did you just do this for recognition? Or, like, she put him through the ringer in the beginning of the movie, so he had to put her in her place. You know what I mean? And so, anywho, this is why I'm laughing, right? Because he never flew on a private plane before, the cop, right? So, and he was also afraid of planes. So then, in the mist, because they were gonna go to like a private cabin or a private like space that she had on an island, and then he was getting worried because he started to take flight. They started to take flight, and so she got on top of him to calm his nerves, and that's what happened, right? So you pretty much get what happened on that private flight. But anywho, so I'm laughing because towards the end, when he was on the plane, and he took the time to travel to her, he was just like, he said something, he made a joke about the peanuts. He was like, it wasn't the same, and the peanuts don't replace the first time experience, or something like that, right? So, okay, so part 3 is either you're going to introduce yourself to someone, or somebody's going to introduce themselves to you. Oh my god. But if you can, just like, if you want to check out that movie, I don't know if it's on Netflix still. I saw it on Netflix, but it could be on Amazon, or I don't know. But yeah, okay. So the card that came out was new team, new spouse, new life, everything new, clean slate, and history dates. Yeah. Listen, I would say part 3. In regards to this third party, whoever chose somebody else over you, like, you see it as a blessing in disguise, because it could have been a situation where, let's say if you actually married this person, right? Like, you actually took the time to exchange those vows, for better or for worse, right? And years into being married, this person shows you the true color of, like, trying to replace you, right? It's a sting, right? Because in your mind, it's just like, okay, if you're married to somebody, this is a lifetime commitment. Well, that is how you saw part 3. I don't know if you still see it the same way, but that's like a lifetime commitment. However, it's just like they left, or they chose somebody else over you, and it was better for them to have left, because now you get to experience the kind of love you actually want, or the kind of love you actually need, right? And so I don't know if you're trying to put somebody through the ringer because they can see you better than you see yourself. But this person means well. Whoever this is, part 3. It's okay. So the 4th card we have to clarify this is no one should dismiss your pain, don't let them. That's my military card. Talking about your trauma, right? You have to talk about what you've been through, right? So after the cop pretty much broke the walls down of the musician, it was just like, she knew, okay, he wasn't doing this for clout. He wasn't doing this for like his 15 minutes of fame. He genuinely cared enough to know that my life was valued, and he doesn't know me from a hole in the wall. So, okay, so afterwards she started to like just lighten up, to him and everything of that nature. And it was a whole thing. But I like the movie. Deprogram and reboot. Whoa. So let me tell you the 2 cards that I wanted to fly out. I don't know if I'm going to take them or not. You have the Divine Union card, and you have the Alchemy card, right? Add a beneficial element to your H2O, and this love has inspired the heavens and moved spiritual mountains. Okay, part 3. So you got left for a third party, and now you're coming into a union with your divine counterpart. Unbeknownst to you, you and your divine counterpart are master alchemist. Okay, that's what I have to say. Now, give me one more card. And you're supposed to do something with computers. Look at this. Whew. Okay, so in an alternate universe, this is the card that came out. In an alternate universe, they are alive and waiting for you to figure it out. That's reverse. This person is in your universe. They're in your world already. What? You need to... Okay, so pile 3. You're going to want to drink water, but you're going to want to use something that activates that water. It's like supercharging your water. Don't just drink water that's like alkaline water, 9.5. Like, you have to throw something in there. And I saw dragon fruit also. I don't know if you eat dragon fruit, but you have to throw something in there. Like cucumbers, dragon fruit, lemons, limes. Like, you have to activate something. Because doing this cleanses something spiritually, but it activates something in you that your body needs in order to move forward. In order to deprogram something. And I think whatever this is, a deprogramming, this is in regards to conditioning. So there's a form of conditioning in your mind that has to be cleansed. And then I'm also thinking about cream of tartar. Like, when you add cream of tartar to water, it's like that takes away, that's going to cleanse you of something. Or listen to something that listen to something that activates that. Like, let's say you don't have cream of tartar. Let's say you don't have the lemon, you don't have the lime, you don't. But there's a frequency that you can listen to that activates that. It's almost like, oh, whoa. Am I supposed to mention that? No, I'm not. Listen. Pile 3. I don't know who you are, but your level of alchemy, somebody has this level where whatever they need, they understand it's naturally within them already. And that's as far as I'm going to go. That's powerful. Okay. So, in an alternate universe. So yeah, you have figured something out, pile 3, or somebody has figured something out about you, or the both of you have figured something out. Cool. So the card that came out was the Universal Love card, and it says, even though it was not clear what happened, you are not wrong. And then I'm seeing inspired, union in. Something could have been ushered into you. Yeah. Do everything in your power to protect those eyes, recognition and reward. Yeah, protect your intuition. Part 3. Because somebody is, okay. You can know who this person is. You can know who you're meant to be with. But somebody is trying to, like, program or condition your mind via your energy or via your surroundings to feel like you're meant to do something, or you can't do something on your own, or you cannot do something without that person who's trying to condition your mind. So do everything to protect. And then I'm also seeing like EFT tapping. Or is it EFT or ETF? Like, it's like you're tapping certain parts of your body in order to invoke and release things. Like certain points of your body. Like, I see that being beneficial. And also, yeah, releasing some form of trauma. You have a person, whoever this person, this deprogram, or this person that's been trying to condition your mind to believe, oh, you're not supposed to be loved, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that, you can't do this. Somebody is trying to keep you in that frame of mind that you're not deserving of something. And they also know that you're I don't know why people try this. Somebody also knows you're a super brain. Somebody knows you're a master mind. And you know what this makes me think about? Story time. Ding, ding, ding. This makes me think about the time that I had a dream, right? And this was when I was residing in Brooklyn, New York. And I had a dream that it wasn't a mall, but it was like a big corporate building, but they had different like food establishments in there to where it appeared like it was a mall. but it really wasn't, right? And I remember there was a McDonald's, right? But the McDonald's was not your average McDonald's, guys. Like, there was a woman who was wearing the t-shirt, she had the logo, but in the back of her there were chefs, like actually cooking like gourmet burgers. Okay, not like taking a patty out of a plastic bag, and I don't know, right? But these were like authentic chefs behind her cooking. So I remember she asked me what I wanted, and I said, "Oh, can I have this and can I have that? But I'm gonna have to pick it up later." I put in my order and I said, I'm gonna have to pick it up later because I don't want to be late for this meeting. So she goes, okay, no problem. When you come back, I'll have the order ready. All right. I go into what appears to be just like a regular door, right? But as soon as I go into this door, it's like a long conference table. The inside is like brown. It's like a lot of mahogany, beige, like soft tones. And there's a whole bunch of papers and there's a whole bunch of people. And I'm talking with these people, and at the head of the table is Bill Gates. Now, we're talking, we're having a conversation. They're asking me about a particular problem. There's a whole bunch of papers on the table. So we're talking and I'm going back and forth with them. They're asking me questions. I'm saying, well, can we do this? And then they're building off of that. And then Bill Gates said something, and then we're building off of that. And we were just exchanging so much information for what felt like hours at a time that I remember standing up, and it was practically over. Like, the meeting was practically finished. And I said, oh my gosh, I forgot my order from McDonald's. So I go out of the door, and then I said, I'm so sorry, because the lady was still there, right? And she was just like, oh, she's like, now you want to pick up your order. And then she said, do you want me to reheat it, or do you want me to bring you a new order? I said, you know what? You could just reheat the order and I'll just go. And so she was just like, okay. So she gave me the bag, and I remember taking the bag, and then I remember stepping outside. Now I step outside, and there's a car, and it's like an old school setting, and there's an older guy that's driving the car, and then there's another guy in the passenger seat, and he has the door open, and he's just like, come on, Samantha. And then I'm just like, okay, but the car was driving. The car was driving, but the car had to be in motion because, like, for some reason the car could not stop. So I got in the car and then I drove off because I was so, like, the person drove off, but I was so worried that I was going to miss the meeting. And I actually made it to the meeting on time. So, part 3. I don't know if that dream is a premonition. I don't know if it was just my mind going into different frames, because there were a few times that I had a dream about Bill Gates. And I remember I worked at Baked by Melissa, and they said, who are the two people, like, it doesn't matter if they are living or they are, no longer with us. In the interview question, they asked, who are the two people you would like to meet or have a conversation with in person? And I said, Biggie Smalls and Bill Gates, right? And so I remember when the interviewers for Big Melissa, they said, well, what a contrast. And one of the women said, why Bill Gates? I said, well, why not, right? And so we exchanged a few chuckles, but from that time, I'd had dreams. There were certain dreams I've had with him in it. And then I couldn't understand why, right? But there's something here, part 3, where you're meant to be a part of something that's much bigger than you in regards to what you create for the world. And I think what you're going to do, whatever it is you're meant to do, you're going to do this with a partner, okay? And so I'm also seeing it from the perspective of, there was a zero-sum 9 game. Zero-sum 9. That came from the movie, I think it was Arrival. Okay, yes, Arrival. So, what is going, like, this is supposed to be love, guys. Okay, so anyhow, so in regards to that, there's something about a new team. You get a new team of people, okay? So, or you get to work alongside with a new team of people. The benefit of working alongside this new team of people is that you're actually going to have your partner with you to work alongside you. So this way you don't feel like what the heck is this, right? And so you're supposed to deprogram. This is like deprogramming a supercomputer, and it's like a anybody could be a mastermind, right? But it's like a select few of people. that come together and they have to do this deprogramming. And they have to deprogram whatever this is and reboot it in order for like to keep order to something. Okay? So you have to protect your mind, because what is happening is somebody is trying to make your mind like mashed potatoes. Okay? Oh, this person, you're so the conditioning could be this. I'll give an example, right? So let's say somebody was using your trauma. Okay, you don't have any trauma anymore. You've healed, you've learned to like heal your inner child, move forward, X, Y, and Z. All right, somebody wants to like hold on to the emotional pain body, right? As Eckhart Tolle talks about. And so you find out the pressure points to release this pain from your body, from your pain body, or you get rid of your pain body altogether, right? There's something you keep figuring out how to do. And so now, the reason why you have to protect your mind is because I think you're meant to go into a room with masterminds and you're meant to solve a outer worldly problem, okay? And so before you get to that point, somebody is trying to condition you to believe you're just an average Joe, don't wake up, you don't have this, you don't have that, you're not smart, you're not this, you're not that. You're not believing that. They want to program you to believe that you're not who you say you are, or you're not supposed to be this person. But you have visions, you have dreams. I don't care if you are the reincarnated human version of Sunny from iRobot. You have visions, you have dreams you have to put out there in order to do something for the greater good of humanity. So protect your crown chakra, protect your body, protect your mind, protect your thoughts. Whenever you are doing something and you hear some derogatory slang, or it's not you, it's projected, okay? So even though you don't know like the extent to which or how far these people went in order to try to turn your mind into mashed potatoes, you don't know who hired who. You don't know how many people were trying to do this at a time, what kind of like whatever they were utilizing, because it's like all this technology, whatever they were doing, even down to your phone. Somebody could have been using your phone to send like negative frequencies. Somebody could have been using your computer. They could have been whatever this was that they were using. No matter what they did, you got to understand it's not because you are a problem. You have to see it as you are the solution to a problem that certain people in the world don't want to have figured out, because once it is figured out, who's out of a job? Who's out of positions of power? Okay? See it like that. But you have the visions, you have the dreams for a reason. You have the knowledge, you have the information for a reason. Protect that. Okay, so you made the right decision for yourself as well as everybody else that were involved. Let's talk about this. Thou hast to do of thy youth. Your beauty will not ever fade, only enhance. Yeah. Look at this glow up. Do you see this? Coming back better than ever. So, and then you have no one can stop you from living. It's time to dream and achieve. Pile 3. I like this reading. I like this reading a lot. Right? So, pile 3, I just see this as like you have certain experiences because ultimately you know what it's going to take, right? You know, like the position that you're going to be placed in. A weak-minded person cannot do that. Somebody who just likes to follow the crowd cannot do that, okay? So you know it takes a certain level of intelligence, and you know it takes a certain level of strategy in order to produce this is a mass solution. You are the key to a mass solution, okay? Dream and achieve. Every time you walk into a room, all they see is divine light, and go back to your luxury underwater home, the answer is there. Yeah. You know what I think about when I take this card? The Maldives. So, underwater. And then I also see it like it's because of your light, and it's because of the representation of who you are. Again, like it's this life, right? It's just this life you're supposed to, an updated version and an upgrade that you are supposed to have because of who you're meant to be, right? Comes with the territory. if you are a super mind, or if you are a superhuman that has the power to deprogram and reboot supercomputers, right? That's going to require for you to reside in a place that has a certain level or certain frequency. You cannot operate in dense energy. Okay? So this is why it gets to the point when you look at people who are just like, look at all the world renowned people, right? And you don't even have to look at all of them from the spectrum of that, but look at all the people who have done great, monumental things. It came to a certain point of time. Look at the yogis, look at the gurus. It comes to a certain point of time where, yes, they know they're for the people. They know they have to be a solution for a massive people. But where do they reside? They reside wherever they know their peace is protected. Their mind is protected. I used to always wonder, how is it you got these gurus and these yogis? They go in the middle of the forest. They go in the middle of nowhere. There's barely anybody, right? And trust me, now I completely understand why. I understand the need to separate, right? I understand the need to not be in places that feel congested, but you are one with the universe. It's because you need to protect your peace, okay? No matter how that looks like to anybody else, Pile 3, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your life, when it comes to your lifestyle, you are being handed this because you need to protect your peace. You need to protect your mind in order to solve problems, because that is what you are meant to do. You are meant to solve problems on a mass scale. So let's close out. What does the concept "let there be light" mean to you? Okay. Oh. You have talk about Daniel in the lion's den, and you have talk about the master that comes to Jesus and is asks about eternal life. Give up everything you have, higher position. Okay. What does the concept "let there be light" mean to you? Right? What are the advantages of illumination? What are the disadvantages of illumination? What are the advantages of the shadow? Right? What's the advantages of the darkness? I mean, like, just think about it. What is the advantage of just pitch black? Just nothing. Nothingness, right? What is the advantage of that? Creation, right? Now, you have a base. The base is black. It's pitch black. But your mind, Pile 3, in love, in career, in finance, is starting to create colors. And not only are you creating colors with the ones that you were handed, the ones that you were taught, you were introduced to, now you are learning to blend in such a way where you are creating a different set of hues, right? And it's lighter than pitch black. So what happens? And then you want to give an example, right? You are creating your universe. Illumination, let there be light, right? Look at the universe. Can we see anything that's just as dark as the universe? Just like pitch black like the universe? No. What are we seeing? We're seeing stars. We're seeing constellations. We're seeing galaxies. We're seeing planets. We're seeing solar systems, right? And they all have what in common? A brighter version, a brighter hue that stands out from the base of black. Pitch black nothingness. You're creating, and you're going to continue to create and continue to create in such a way where now people have to name your hues, okay? Now you have to come up with a new name for this color. It's not blue, it's not indigo, it's not turquoise. What is it? Because it's your definition. It's your definition of illumination, no matter what, right? So the dark night of the soul, I think, is very significant for you, Pile 3, because it started off in regards to love. All right, the definition of love in my universe, let's say for instance, is pink and jade. Pink and jade and stars in between. Okay, but now your mind has expanded, right? So now it's not just pink and jade, but what about all the colors that you see, that you want in regards to love? What about all the other colors that you see and you want and you know creates this beautiful mural in your universe? But only you can bring it out. Only you can create this. Only you can discover these colors, right? And in discovering these colors, this means that you can't just see your universe being magenta and jade anymore. It has to transform, right? So you think about the concept, let there be light. You're demanding something. Now you're demanding whatever it is you're demanding from your love life. Now you're demanding whatever it is you're demanding from your career. Now you're demanding your visions to come to pass. You are demanding this, right? And yes, maybe you are going to utilize artificial intelligence to bring these thoughts to life. But now it gets to be conveyed in such a way, it's no longer in your mind anymore, Pal 3. It's in your actual world. Okay? So let there be light. Shine your version of hues. Shine your version of color. Because it's only then. We don't marvel, like we understand the base of black in the universe, right? But we don't marvel at the black. We marvel at the galaxies. We marvel at the planets. We marvel at the sun. We marvel at these things we can actually see. So, talk about Daniel and the lion's den. All right. Where are you, Pal 3? So, are you in the beginning? Are you at the end? All right. So, level of diplomacy is needed here. When you come into your new team, new spouse, new life, everything new, history dates, there has to be a level of diplomacy to the ones who essentially threw you to the lion's den, right? The king himself. Like, your enemies played a huge part in this, right? They played a huge part in your shadow. Huge, right? They played such a huge part. But you got to understand this, right? Without your enemies looking at you from a space of envy, saying, I don't like the way this Daniel guy works. He's just so effective, efficient. He just does everything to the nine. He does everything with such perfection. And then you have your other enemies like, yeah, such perfection. We need to turn the kingdom against him, right? Without those enemies, without that king that loves you dearly, operating from that space of ego, without that king being tricked, and without that king saying, may your God save you, and closing and sealing it off, right? Without any of that, where would you be? And just from a standpoint of, you have created and you have learned to love in such a way where by the time you come out of this den, it's undeniable who you are to the world. It's always been undeniable, okay? You've always been that person, Pal 3. You just needed to see that though, right? So, and comes out, the king can't sleep. Oh my gosh, he threw his best in the line of fire. He can't sleep. He's got to go check on Daniel the next day. It's all metaphorical, but just bear with me. He's got to check on Daniel the next day. He has to open it up. He has to see for himself. Daniel, are you still there? Are you still alive? What does he say in the Bible? Praises to the king. What? Anybody, let me tell you something. Anybody operating from a space of ego, they're going to be like, nah, beep, beep. They're going to be cursing at that king like they got Tourette's, all right? Screw you. You threw me to the lion's den, right? You threw me in here knowing I was doing a job perfectly fine. Anybody operating from ego. He comes out, he says, praises to the king. Even the king had to wonder, how did you come up out of it? How did you survive? Said, I had an angel watching over me, right? And so what you've been through, Pile 3, even makes a leader of a group of people believe there must be a God. There must be a higher power. There must be a higher version of self that I cannot even begin to fathom. If I can do all this to you and you can come out like, and you're coming out and you're thanking me, you're praising me, you're finding a reason to value what I did to you because a group of men or a group of people who you had to work alongside with was jealous of you? No. And it switches, right? And you saw what happened. Even though, I don't know if you saw what happened, because I don't know if you read the story, but you saw what happened when the king turned around and he threw all of Daniel's enemies into the lion's den. And what did they do? They went into the lion's den and they got devoured, them and their spouses. And with that, Daniel was promoted to the right hand, right? Now, maybe you're somebody who you don't see this story as technical. You don't see it as a line of people, right? But maybe if you're looking at this from a spiritual sense, all those aspects of yourself that told you, I'm envious of you because you want to do this better than me. I'm going to go to the king. I'm going to go to the higher version of yourself. I'm going to make sure the higher version of yourself goes to war with yourself. So this way you can throw yourself into the lion's den. And then I'm going to make sure that in this happening, there's no way you're coming out of this. And you came out of it. Why? Because you decided, hey, magenta and jade, pink and jade, they don't do it for me anymore. I want to expand my color in my universe. I want to see what my world can truly look like if I actually took the time to step out on faith and just create, right? I don't care who's watching. I just want to create. And so eliminating all these thoughts to the point the king that is residing within you is restless. Oh my gosh, I threw the best version of myself to the wolves. Why? I gotta go find it. I gotta go find myself. You open up that door, you open up that seal to where you locked yourself in, and you said, you know what, higher self, thanks for that. I needed that, because without you doing this for me, I wouldn't have seen that you should be praised, but I'm going to keep my faith, right? There's a much higher power, greater than either both of us could conceive. And so you are allowing yourself to see it's not about just doing the job effectively and efficiently, as it is realizing you are the reason the job gets done to perfection. You are the reason the job surpasses anybody's expectation, even your higher self. Right? So, part 3, last card. Talk about the master that came to Jesus and asked about eternal life. Give up everything you have for this higher position. The real reason that you could not see yourself as a prince is because somebody put it in your mind that you were playing small. You were just being a boy. All right, you transformed. You're not a boy now. You're a man or you're a woman. The reason why you cannot see, or you could not see even as effectively and as efficiently as you were doing your job, right? The reason you could not see that you were a prince or a princess is because you already had it in your mind that, or you were a king or a queen because you already had it in your mind, like, oh, I'm already a princess, right? I've already made it out of the state of from going to a boy to a little girl to a woman to a man to a prince or a princess. There's no way I could be king. There's no way the role of which I play in this world gets higher than this, but it does. Okay, so now you're coming across somebody who, listen, you've come out of the lion's den. You know your faith. You trust yourself. You know who you are in the reflection of God's eyes. You know who you are. You're God pushed out, right? You know this. All right, so now somebody comes to you. A certain master comes to you. Good master, all right? Like how it is in the actual Christian Bible. Oh, good master, tell me, how do I get to eternal life? Right? And then it's just like, Jesus is like, what makes you think I'm good? Because I follow the commandments from my youth up, right? Because I have faith. I have a level of faith and understanding that could only come with experience, right? What makes you think I'm such a goody two-shoes? I've been there, done that, and I know not to do it again if I don't have to, right? So you're going to come across somebody that, who knows? They're a certain master in something, right? But could be a master of possessions. Could be a master of what have you, right? Anything. But they're coming to you with this idea of they are mocking you, right? Or they want to appear like they are mocking you. Oh, well, what does it take to have this? All right. You know what Jesus did, right? He saw right through that person because he's been that person already. He saw right through that situation of trying to be mocked, and he's just like, oh, you want the answer to eternal life? Give up all your possessions and you come follow me. How about that? And he couldn't. The certain master couldn't, right? Because he loved that idea, the ideology of your possessions equate to your value as a person, and it does not. So you know you are going to meet people along the way of now understanding, especially if a person has caused you a great deal of pain. You are going to come across people who, all right, you know you're at the king level. You know you are not the enemy, right? You are not that person. You're not Daniel. You are the king. You're not the right hand. You are the king. As a representation of, you know who you are to the universe because you have created the universe. You know who you are, Pile 3. Okay? Somebody's going to come to you. I don't care if they're coming to you from a sense of they're still a boy, they're still a girl, or they are a man, or they're now a woman, or they are a prince or a princess. And there's a certain part in their life where they're not realizing, hey, you want to ascend to eternal life? You got to release this idea that you're supposed to be one identity for the rest of your life. And you got to condition your mind. Not only that, but you're going to have to condition your mind to understand that even when you reach that role, even when you are the king, the queen, there's always a higher position. Can you do that? Can you realize that you are omnipresence in itself? Because that's what we're all going for. That's what we're all reaching or understanding. The minute we get to that level of consciousness. And it made me think about when I was listening to the audiobook of the Kabbalah for Beginners, right? And there's a point where it's just like, the minute you realize this idea of the universe or this idea of God being outside of you is not true. You are that person. You are that creator, right? The minute you realize that, and there's so many levels to it where it's just like, you won't ever get tired in rediscovering yourself. And you won't ever get tired of understanding who you are through the many reflections in the many walks of life. And even outside of this world, right? You're always learning. And they put it in such a sense where when a person leaves their physical body, it is actually a union. It's a marriage to ascending into their true nature, who they truly are. Now, this does not mean, okay, go outside and just, end it all and be one with the stars. No, I'm not telling you that. But I'm letting you know, right, along your path, because you are who you are, you know that you are going to ever expand, and you know that you're going to come across people. You are meant to wake up to understand that they are supposed to ever expand, and it'll always continue. Okay? Pile 3, that's your reading. Pile 4, last but not least. So, this is in regards to love. So, your first card is, this heart beats for you all over the world. Second card is the Judgment card. It says a beautiful life and an even more beautiful end to this karmic cycle. The third card is a typical owl, true owl card, is forgive yourself for what you put them through. Then forgive them for the same. Lack of self-acceptance is the hurdle. And then you have family is everything. Excuse me. Nurture them and they will nurture you. Okay. Your song that I got for you, Pile 4, was John Legend, Honey. Honey makes the world go around. Bees can be very significant. You could have a bee. Could you have a beehive? Right? Could you produce your own honey? Could be anything. Right? But this heart beats for you all over the world. Nefertari, Nefertiti, Ramses the second, Akhenaten, Hatshepsut. So, let's see. This heart beats for you all over the world. Pile 4, you're no longer hungry, right? And I don't mean that in a sense of like, but you're no longer hungry for something because you're already fulfilled. You're already full with what you thought you needed in order to stay hungry, right? So maybe you had this idea of, in love, you have to stay hungry, right? But you don't. It's like you can be full and still live the best life possible or have the greatest love possible. All right, so this one beats for you all over the world. Let's talk about this. Whoa. So Decision Maker card came out. You have healed my heart, and tonight I want all of you. And it makes me think about this John Legend song, All of You too. Somebody loves all of you, right? They love all of you, every single part of you. Pile 4. Okay, always. In all ways. Let's see. Yeah. So this could be a spouse. This could be a person who is not your thing. This could be a person who is not in a relationship, but they're single. Let me see this card again. Yeah, this person's single. So it's a decision maker card. All right. So you are experiencing the love of a high-ranking earth angel. Don't anger them. That's in reverse. opposite of an angel. I'm kidding, pile 4. Let's see. And when I was doing this reading, right, I said, all right, how many piles should I do? It's like 4. And then I was just like, all right, how many things should I do? How many cards should I do to start off the 4 piles? And it said 4. And then in my mind, I just said 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So something about the number 4. Okay. So let's see. You have healed this person's heart. Then this person is no angel. But you healed them, so that's good, right? This heart beats for you all over the world. Beats. Sekhmet card came out. Says this, look at, what the, of all the cards that could come out. Okay, this person is no saint, no angel, but avoids devils with their good heart. That's why you like them, appreciate their authenticity. Yeah, so part 4, somebody's looking at you, decision makers are looking at you like, yeah, not only am I healed, but this person they have a candid approach. Again, the cookie cutter approach may work for some people, but for others it does not. But there's something about, it's like you're the perfect recipe, right? It's like the right ingredients, the right amount of sugar, the right amount of spice, the right amount of flour, the right amount of zest. It's like you're the perfect combination of something to the point you have healed this person. So maybe some days it was like, this person would come to you in love and you would just tell them straight up, like, look, what are you doing, right? And then there are other times this person will come to you and you're just like, look, okay, I understand why you did that. You know what I mean? Like, it's that approach. You have a universal approach to healing somebody's heart. And so also makes me think about story time. It also makes me think about when I remember I was in my childhood home, and then I asked a question. I was talking to God, and I asked God, I said, what am I supposed to be? Like, who am I supposed to be to the world, right? And I was up. I was like, who am I supposed to be to the world? And I remember just thinking about that question. And then I went to sleep. And then that night, I was walking in a hospital, and I was surrounded by nothing but surgeons. Okay? Nothing but surgeons. So I'm walking, and there are some who looked at me with a level of admiration. And then there were others who looked at me like, oh, you are here? Like, why do you have to be here, right? And so I remember going into a room, and it was like an open heart surgery. And so I had to wear like the scrubs and everything like a surgeon, but I couldn't touch the patient because I technically was not, like, on paper, I was not a surgeon, but they needed me in the room. And so when I woke up, I had my own interpretation of, oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. But when I found that out, was I healed, Power? Was I just like trauma free and anger issue free? Hell no. Like, I was not, whew. You should have seen me back in the day, right? Should have seen me a year ago. But having that knowledge, it's like, it's a reminder, okay, like, there is a purpose to fulfill. Okay, so let's see. A beautiful life and an even more beautiful end to this karmic cycle. Something's hidden. Okay. What's hidden is this power move. The way somebody did something for money. Or it's not so hidden anymore because it's very known. So, Power, did you do something? I feel like you did something. You paid something, or you paid someone off. Something was a power move. Or you thought it was a power move. And it's kind of like like this being reversed. In order to know who did it, you have to follow the money. This is a power move. It's like you don't have to follow the money because you had the money, right? You did this, right? So let's see. But it was okay. So I can see this like where it started off to be like a power move as like this powerless. It's like it makes no sense, right? To come across somebody, it's like you want them to be angry, you want them to, and they just keep transmuting it. Like I see like somebody paying people to like piss somebody off, And it's just like, oh, I'll pay you to keep them in a certain frequency. I'll pay you to keep them in a certain energy. I'll pay you to just make sure their vibrations are low. Like, I'll pay you, I'll pay you, I'll pay you. And it's just like, it made no sense to pay all those people, because now all that energy is transmuted, right? Like, I don't even see it as, okay, so I could see this from this standpoint. Maybe in a person being in a low vibration, you siphon their energy, you transmute it, or you alchemize it into wealth, right? I see this being to where it doesn't matter how many people you pay. It doesn't matter what you do to try to lower this person's energy or this frequency. Like, something's not the same. You can't just siphon off of this person's energy anymore, right? Or you can't just siphon off of their anger. You can't turn their anger or their anguish or just like what is considered low vibrational energy into wealth anymore, because something has like shifted, something's changed. So you're operating, or you could be operating, or somebody's operating on you, Power 4, in a universe where they live in a universe where they need your anger to siphon wealth, and you live in multiverses where you are not angry. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so infinite multiverses. Like, you reside in infinite multiverses, infinity, where you're not angry. People can't siphon off of your energy. People cannot take your energy and transmute it into like their personal gain. They can't do that anymore. So no matter what this person does, so this person could be using it's because Power 4, I'm seeing like this is either you doing this or this is somebody who's doing this to you. Okay, so but it's not working because this cycle is not closed. Something's over, like completely. And then it's making me think about what's Already Down, right? That song, Already Down, and he says like I missed, as soon as it came in, I missed it. But that song from Thing, who Already Down, Packy. Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, something is over. It's all okay. So I'm gonna reference that song, but something's done. Like whatever was working from day one, since this cycle is complete, it's like this person is either you, Power 4, or this person. They're already down. Somebody is already, and that's not what that song means, but it's like already down for the count. And then Dracula could be significant. I mean, you could have hired you could have hired vampires. Because I see a lot of people. I see like ghouls, goblins, vampires. Like just everything that society or the world would consider scary. Like, ooh, spooky. Like I see a lot of spooky people, right? Just trying to keep somebody in low vibrational energy and it's not working. It's just like, okay, and if they're in low vibrational energy, where you were gaining money, you're not losing money. And now it's like you can't pay the people to spook this person or you're going to lose even more money. Like I see it like that, right? So the question is, why did you even do it? Was this the contract? Like was your contract to go up against all angels or all high-ranking like spiritual beings? I could see it like that. I could see it like somebody was contracted to do this, or in order to obtain a certain level of wealth, or certain in order to be a part of a certain organization, they were contracted to do this. Okay, so now this could actually be the reason why you're not hungry. You're not hungry for this idea of just keep doing what you've been doing from the time you started. I think something even feels old to you, Power 4. Something feels like really old. Like this process, okay, take them and break them process. It's like take them, break them, right? Take them, break them, conform, take them, break them, conform. And it's like, it's to the point, it's just like, oh my God, like you're walking into the office, like take them, break them, conform, like flips table. Like it feels like this. Okay. So, or maybe you had to prove that somebody was no angel or no saint. How for? Is this your energy? Or is this the person that came towards you? Okay, just give me a second. No. Okay. It's like looking at Joker square in the face and realizing you healed the Joker from all psychological, like everything. All psychological trauma, all every aspect of the Joker. This is like healing every aspect of the Joker, and it's just like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. How far you did that? Whoever this person is. Okay, so let's see. Ask yourself, how do you open the door, not who locked it? I mean, why even ask that question? I feel like, Pile 4, I feel like you know who tried to close the door. I feel like you know who tried to gatekeep your life. I feel like you know who tried to put you in low vibrations. I feel like you know who hired the spooky people to keep you in a certain energy so they can alchemize it and use it as your wealth. And then there's also harvesting too. I'm seeing like a lot of people trying to harvest your energy. It's like, okay, you know what this is equivalent to? And I remember mentioning something like this, like back in the day, right? This is like, just to tell you the mindset of whoever this person is. This is equivalent to somebody realizing you're a sun god, right? Somebody realizing you're a moon goddess. And they do all these moon rituals and sun rituals to try to take your energy away from you. That's what this feels like. And it's kind of like, now, eventually, moon goddess, sun god, Ra, Kansu, lunar, like, they're going to wake up to this, right? So I guess Pile 4, somebody was not expecting you to wake up, and in the process of waking up, you healed this person. Okay, so that's just FYI. I think that's just information you need to know. Pile 4, the Ma'at card came out. And the card says, a complete and total ending to this magician. No gender exclusion. No one involved is safe. Hello. What did you think? What did they think was going to happen, Pile 4? I don't know. Like, sometimes I look at these, like, situations, what appears on the board, and I'm just like, there's no way. Like, there's no way somebody thought like this. But they did. They really did. Somebody really, like, knew who you were and said, somebody looked at the reincarnated version of, like, of the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxies, and was just like, oh, I'm going to do a sun ritual on the sun god, and it's going to pan out just fine. You'll see. And all the people that band with this person was like, yeah. What? Okay, so Pile 4, you gotta know that this has come to a complete halt because you woke up to who you were supposed to be. It's like you woke up from your nap and you realized that people were trying to like pierce parts of you being the sun. You ever see like in those documentaries, you ever see what they say happens if an object gets too close to the sun? So everybody swore up and down. If they had the right equipment, they could get really close to you and they could like take your energy and harm you. And it's just like you disintegrate. Whatever this person thought that they were doing. Okay, so that's why it's funny to me, but it's also like somebody really thought they could do this and you were not gonna wake up. Okay. Pile 4. This is in regards to love too. So maybe somebody thought this in regards to like, and I can put it in a sense of they wanted you to be just cold-hearted, right? You don't love. Right? You're not supposed to love. So let's say they're contracted to, as long as you feel a certain way about love and as long as you're like, your heart chakra is closed off, they can make a bunch of money, right? They can make tons of money just off of your because you're not tapping into that frequency or you were not tapping into that frequency. So now they can alchemize that frequency into their own definition of wealth and gain. And they can't do that anymore. Like even down to the point, it's to the point, Pile 4, should your heart chakra be closed or any chakra be closed off for any particular reason and it gets rooted back to this person and whoever was working with them, they're losing. I wanted to say they're losing bank, right? But it's more than just money. They're losing everything. So, listen. Yeah, people want to hide. Like, what's one for? Yeah. People are not looking at it from a sense of, it's just science. Oh, it's simple mathematics. Just take away this from them. Oh, it's simple spirituality. We know more about them. We know more about the new year in this religion, or we know more about the moon practices in the moon cycles in this world, and that and that. Like, it's so much more than that. Like, you got people running from the rituals they try to put on you, and it's like, where you gonna go? Where you, like, this whole entire earth? Where you running to? Right? The same elements you're using, you're gonna naturally come. I'm sorry, this is just really ridiculous. It's like the same, like, let's say you use water elements. Let's say you use elements of the earth. Where are you going to run to? You're going to run into a cabin? How was that cabin made? You're going to run near a lake? Come on. There's no place to run. It's like nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide, right? Yeah. So now it's like, it's okay if you like them. They like you too. Oh, pile 4. It's been a long time, huh? So, yeah, somebody knows you woke up. Okay, pile 4, like, in love and life, and somebody knows you're up. Somebody knows you're up and you're fully awake, and you're just like, you know, not the mama. Like, you guys remember that show with the dinosaur show where the little baby dinosaur is just like, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, right? And then he's just like, look, it's just like, and there's a part where he goes, look, you're gonna stop disrespecting me. I'm your dad. So this could be your dad that did this. It's like, you're gonna stop disrespecting me. I'm your dad. It's like, why don't you just say it, dad? And the baby goes, dad. It's like, daddy, right? And so the baby goes, dad. It's like, look, somebody here finally does that. And then the baby turns around and goes, not the mama. Like, it's like that. It's like that. Somebody woke up. Like, Papa, you woke up and you're realizing that this person was not who they they're not who they projected to be for you, right? They're not who they wanted to be for you, right? So it's like, not the mama. Like, no, you're not the mama, right? It's like, not the mama. So this person is realizing, like, you're fully aware of who they are and who they are not, okay? And even if this is in regards to love, and something is all over, like, you got this person, whoever this person was before that just thought they could do whatever to you, you got this person looking, thinking, believing, and knowing for a fact something is all over. Okay. So it's okay if you like them, they like you too. Let's talk about this. They are meant to protect you, and you are meant to heal them. Yeah. Yeah, you had to close out this karmic cycle first. You had to put an end to this whoa, I was going to say magician, but I wanted to say musician, okay? So you could have had a musician that was a magician, okay? And so in putting this to rest or putting this to an end, I don't even think you were fighting this person. I don't even think you were going toe-to-toe with this person as you were the entities, the many entities that were attached to this person. I think you were fighting the entity. You were fighting the father entity of whoever this man or this woman was. But then, you know. So a complete and total ending to this magician. No gender exclusions, no one involved to say, talk about this? Yeah. Would you believe somebody, like part 4, even as you're looking at this reading, somebody's still trying to, like, feed off of your hate? And they're trying to search for, like, hate and resentment. It's not there. I don't understand why this person wants you to be so mad with them. I think they're just mad they're losing money, or the entity in this person is just upset it's losing money. But they want you to be so angry and, oh, don't be filled with forgiveness, and, you know. And then there's the part of them that's actually wanting to heal that's just like, oh, I want forgiveness. So somebody could not be there, that's them, there. So they have divided themselves in multiple ways, okay? You could be dealing with a musician that has a level of schizophrenia, like they don't know how to separate the person from the image, or they've been living in the image for so long, they've been living in this character for so long that they don't know, like, is it really them as a person, or is it just the image they're portraying? So, and then I'm seeing healed, right? So maybe you have healed this person of their schizophrenia, but there's someone, and when I say someone, there's a part of them that still feels like, oh no, I can still take your hate and resentment and turn it into money. I can still take your trauma and turn it into money. I can still traumatize you and turn that into wealth. I can still block your heart chakra, turn it into money. And they can't. They really can't. So, somebody is meant to protect you. Now that the karmic cycle is over, I'm going to put this over here. Now that the karmic cycle is over, you have people in that are coming in to protect you. I'm not going to lie, Power 4. You probably had so many people that just had this agenda of take this person down, take Power 4 down, right? That maybe there is a thin line between who is protecting you versus who is actually trying to harm you. And so maybe that could be something too. Like whoever this was, they tried to switch it up for you. So like your protectors, or you see your protectors, actual protectors, as enemies, and then you see your enemies as like protectors, right? But even that's not working. Like the amount of spiritual protection and discernment that you have is unmatched. So you're gonna pick this up real quick. Okay. So, but yeah, that's why I say you've been through a lot. Double life. Look at this. Jump out of that airplane, drive the fastest car home, and be home for dinner before 7. This is a typical owl, true owl card. This is somebody who leads a double life. Okay, so in regards to love, you could have like a CIA. Somebody's an agent. And I'm not talking about Mr. Smith, you know? I'm not talking about Mr. Smith from The Matrix. I'm not talking about that. Like, oh yeah, I'm coming in, but because I want to destroy your world. Like, somebody's actually an agent that's protecting you. You have agents protecting you. Yeah, it's, you know. And then it makes me think about, like, my oldest brother at the time. He said, because he was special ops, right? But he was in IT. But he said there was somebody that they were working with. It was a scientist they were working with. And this scientist had all the knowledge to certain things, right? And so, which he couldn't tell me, but he just had to keep it as vague as possible. But he said, when it comes to minds like that, like masterminds like that, you cannot leave them alone, right? So even though he came in, that scientist came in and he did the job that he was supposed to do, he was always going to be followed because he always needed to be protected. So this feels like this. It's like your life. I don't know why I wanted to say lifeline. But your life comes with a certain level of protection, okay? So you know what you know, yes. But just like you have the agents that are protecting you, you also have the Smiths that are looking to see wherever they can penetrate, whether it's your life, your mind, your like, so you're being protected from the not so friendly agents. I'm going to put it like that. So you're being protected from that. Okay. But in order to be protected from that, you're going to have protectors around you. Right. I think part 4, you're learning to understand that something like this just naturally comes with the territory because of who you are, right? It's like a celebrity's child. You think about it. Celebrities' children, like the children of celebrities, they're, from the time they're even grasping the sense of a camera, they know for a fact they always have to be watched, they always have to be guarded, they always have to be protected, no matter what. You see it like that, right? And let's say you're not a celebrity's child, but let's say you have a certain rank, right? Or you have a certain level of knowledge. This certain level of knowledge, this certain rank, spiritually, physically, energetically, it has to be protected, okay? So I'm saying this, Power 4, because I feel like I have to get you comfortable with this idea of you're always going to be watched and protected for the right reasons, okay? Where before, you were watched because somebody wanted to just throw you to God knows what. They wanted to throw you to the wolves, like ravishing wolves that were like hungry for years and they never seen meat in their life, right? They have to They have to protect you from people like this. They have to. So just get used to, from quote unquote, familiar faces. Hey, every time I go outside, I'm always seeing this particular person. And you'll feel it. Like, I can tell when there's a watcher, right? When there's somebody that's watching me for the sake of protection versus when somebody's just trying to like be invasive. Like, oh yeah, I got sent by this guy. I got sent by this woman, right? You can always tell the difference. Like, and I feel like that's why we're gifted spiritual attunement, right? Where we have certain spiritual gifts, because at some point in time, even though we're always going to be safe and protected, we have to utilize it, because there will come a time where somebody will try. The person that's not protecting you, that is got contracted to just wreck your whole world, they're going to try, right? Doesn't mean they're not going to be dismantled, but they're still going to try. That's their job, okay? So you have to get used to something. Somebody's wife is fonder of you than their spouse is realizing. Whoa, what's going on here? This person's wife is fonder of you than you and their spouse realizes. Use it to your advantage. I mean, how for somebody's wife likes you. And I almost said wife, rice, right? Somebody's wife they admire you. They like you very much. How you're going to use this to your advantage, I don't know. But yeah, person has a lot of options. Power 4. So in regards to love, right? Now that you've come out of this, now that you've defeated this mass entity, this otherworldly entity of, I don't know, WTF, right? Now that you have defeated this, now it's like you have people that are coming in. They want to showcase love to you. No gender exclusions. So Power 4. Just know it's not going to be one set gender coming towards you on some, hey, you want to go out on a date? Like, no. Right? So, let's see. Forgive yourself for what you put them through. And forgive them for the same. Lack of self-acceptance is the hurdle. This is your karma, Power 4. It's bliss. Your karma is redemption. The house of bliss forever. Like that is your judgment. Man, I say like it's a Power 4, I don't know how you did it. I don't. Like, I'm looking at this. I'm just looking at all the times, like in love and in life and in career path and like all the times you've just been excluded. I don't know if like, and there were some times you were just excluded just because you were a woman or just because you were a man or just because you were a certain age, or like, it's like living a life where people just try to exclude you just because you are you, right? And they just kept doing this back to back to back to back. And that's why I say, I don't know how you did it, because the level of pressure, like, it's crazy. And they were not like Power 4. In love, in career, in finance, it's like you were not supposed to figure this out, but you did. Yeah. So, somebody cares about you very much. Power 4. You have a lot of people that care about you very much now. And then I can also see this as I need you to know you mean so much to me. And this is my decision maker card. Oh, Power 4. Power 4. So now the spouse realizes that you mean a lot. You mean a lot to them, or this person's spouse is realizing that you mean a lot to this person more than they thought. They thought it was just like, oh, we'll take them down together. But whoever this wife, I want to say wife, whoever this wife is, it's like like if you knew the level to which this wife was looking out for you, you would just be on some hot, like, you'd be at a loss for words. Because right now, I'm at a loss for words. But you'd be at a loss for words if you knew, like, the thing is, this wife had to play it so cool. Somebody had to play it so cool. Like, they hated the ground you walked on, and the whole time they were protecting you. Wow. Yeah. And my heart chakra has been closed for a while. I wasn't expecting this. Give me a minute. Yeah. This is love. This is love. This is genuine, unapologetic, unconditional. You couldn't even fathom it if you had all the words to describe it, love. So, family is everything. Nurture them and they will nurture you. And then I can also see it, Pile 4, from a sense of, yeah, these people did what they did to you, right? These people did what they did. Like, Pile 4, I'm not excluding what these people did. It was harsh. This was, oh my God, right? But you got people who did it because they genuinely hate the shit out of you. I'm not going to hold you, okay? They genuinely don't like you. Like who the F are you to have so much goddamn light? You got people like that, Pile 4. I'm seeing these people here. But then you also have people that had to, like, work alongside with this person on some, yeah, like, who are you to have all this light? And they love you. Like, the level, I wish you could understand the level of sacrifice some of these people have made to make it seem like they were part of the plan, but really they were protecting you. So the card that came out towards the end was, always remember you are somebody's dream, partner, and life. Powerful. This queen is on a rampage. Use that to your advantage. It's lucrative and makes a statement. Apply pressure, push buttons, make a scene, duck a chon, checkmate. But that's in reverse, right? So this father figure, you need to know that this father figure, whoever this father figure is just like, not the mama. Like, you're realizing this person is not the mama. Whoever this father figure is, they're upset. They're mad. They're Power, somebody is pissed. This father figure is pissed off, like livid, like, I can't begin to describe to you how upset this father figure is. You weren't, because, and you have to understand, Power 4, as loved as you are, as cared for as you are, as devoted as you are to making humanity see the power of love, this father figure never wanted you to figure that out. Like, never. Okay? So, family is everything. Nurture them and they will nurture you. Happiness, joy, and everything and when you've ever wanted. Manifestations and blessings. Really good karma. Oh, Power 4, I'm going to close out your reading. I'm going to close out your reading, Power 4, because invest in a date with your love today in order to seal the successful deal. Yeah. You know what you can do? So this father figure gets mad, right? They go on a rampage. How dare this person figure me out? Da-da-da. You know what you do? Oh my gosh, which is what you had planned to do anyway. You're gonna take the anger and this rage this father figure is throwing at you, because they're gonna throw it. They're gonna throw it like from all angles. You catch it, and as soon as you catch it, you just turn it into more love. Oh, I hate you. You this, you that. You know what? I'm alchemizing this, and I'm going to turn it into love and appreciation. You don't have to like me, but you know what? I love you. Yo, I cannot. The way you transmute this, it's just like, investing. Now the tables are turned where it's like you have already invested their hate, their anger, their animosity. And anybody that was working with them that really genuinely hated the shit out of you, now you're taking that anger, that frustration, you're transmuting it. And every time you have already transmuted it, it turns into blessings. More blessings, more blessings, more blessings. And this is blessings they can't touch. Right? You're living in a world where there's no such thing as harvesting your energy. There's no such thing as siphoning your energy. There's no such thing as swapping your energy. That doesn't exist anymore because you did so. Like, you've been through hell and back, Power 4. And you still find a reason to say, oh, let's turn this into love. Let's turn this for the greater good of humanity. How can I make the world a better place knowing what I've been through or knowing what, this person may go through behind me? Well, like, when you get this, when you get whatever these presents are, whatever these gifts are, whatever they are, when you get it, just know, just remember, this was something you earned, right? When you get this lifestyle, it's yours. It's all yours. You own that, okay? Don't let somebody say, oh, well, had it not been for me throwing all this anger and animosity towards you, you wouldn't have become the alchemizer you are. Had it not been for me, you wouldn't have. Don't let anybody do that to you, Power 4. And you handle it with diplomacy. Yeah, you know what? Had it not been for you, I would have never come up with some of the most ingenious ideas in order to help humanity. You're so right. Thank you. That's going to piss them off? Okay, so let's see. Are you reading? What's a pawn to a rook? When positioned in the right space at the right time, they are equally as dangerous and fearless. Don't underestimate the one who has the power to transform. Second card, wants the position of pharaoh/queen but cannot handle prince and princess roles. Show them why you're chosen. If that's not a clear example. If after every energy, every entity, every demonic warlock they try to send towards you, everything, like every part of your imagination that they try to use for the worst possible negative suggestions, and the way you came out of it and you renewed your mind. If that does not show this person why you're chosen, I don't know what does. I don't know what's going too far for. And you get your divine counterpart. Look at this. This is a Nefertari, and Ramses the second kind of love. That's the order. Power 4, you've been through a lot in order to restore the order. Live it up. That's your reading.